the end of last session, you had got Vasily von Holz and all headed up to the Burgomaster's mansion with what seems like the whole of the rest of the town of Vallaki and the guards. During which time you retrieved the book and the ring from Vasily's house and locked up afterwards. And so we left you all standing at the sort of back of this crowd outside the Burgomaster's mansion, where Izek Strasny, head of the guard, and Lydia, wife of the missing Baron, were sort of outside, on the top of this hill, outside of the mansion going, the Baron is missing, but the festival will go on as planned. Everything is well, and there was a lot of mumbling and murmurings of sort of some dissent in the crowd, and then Izek Strasny sort of raised his arm and just shot this huge, great sort of gout of fire up into the sky.
Is Izek the captain of the guard?
Yes.
That was sleeping in the house?
The one that has all the dolls.
Yeah.
That's right.
Doll dude.
Yeah.
Okay. The day is yours. So in terms of where you're up to time-wise, this evening is due to be the Feast of St. Andrew, which usually happens at the church or around the church as an annual celebration of the protection that St. Andrew has gifted upon Vallaki. So there's probably dinner there if you wanted it. And the Festival of the Blazing Sun would be tomorrow, sort of afternoon, evening, looking at the posters.
Well, if it wasn't already very clear, Vash ain't going anywhere near that church.
Okay.
Don't worry, I don't think we're very welcome near the church anyway.
Probably not.
In addition, Malco's got a banging headache with this awful, which is woke up this terrible, terrible head.
Which is why he was a terrible liar.
And Queenie disappeared off to see Fiona Wachter.
No particular reason?
Yes. No particular reason whatsoever.
Who are you going to see with them, Mother?
So you're on the top of so over the back of this crowd with Vasily von Holtz, looking up at this display of "It's all going to be fine" coming out of the Burgomaster's house.
I am the Senate.
Vasily, he's the boy maker?
No,
Vasily is the rich guy that we just
that you just
stole
burgled.
from.
Queenie, roll a perception check.
I would love to. Can I guidance myself?
No,
Yeah, fine.
not for this one because
21.
okay. So you feel somebody brush past you in the crowd and slip something into your pocket.
Good. In context, I'm going to...
Oh god. Another mark.
Okay.
Harleen is still in and will remain in disguise
Okay.
for the.
So Vasily, it's
What's
so
Vasily... how's Vasily von Holtz handling this interesting development?
well, like, he's watching the crowd. He's watching what's going on and watching the crowd, and he leans over and he goes, I don't think I can remember a time that there hasn't been a baron in the Burgomaster's residence. This family have been in power here for as long as I can remember. If the baron is missing, where is his son? He should be down with his mother taking control of the town. There's something about this that isn't quite right.
Do you think perhaps the son's missing too?
Okay.
Well, she doesn't appear to be worried about it. If it is, she's unless there is something she's not telling us. I might go and chat with her. Obviously,
Harleen rolled a 16 for deception to just try and hide the fact that she knows what happened with the son, but she's trying to hide it.
Okay.
It's still writing. No, we came and joined
They
you guys.
caught up.
Oh, you caught
We
up.
caught up.
That's
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
they're
We were only in
they're
there for a minute.
they're in out, lock the door.
Fair enough.
A couple of minutes, so they followed you up.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes behind. So so Vasili's still wary of Malachi. Thinks there's something more to this than meets the eye. Is like, I think I shall go and talk with Lydia and see how she is doing. It must be very traumatic if the Baron has suddenly disappeared.
Of
Thanks,
course.
sir.
Best of luck.
Out of game, do we know the sun when he turned invisible? Do we know how he
Yeah.
turned invisible?
He's
No,
wizard.
we don't know. Well, yeah, we don't know how you
It
turn
wasn't
per se,
a ring
but-
or an amulet or something.
I think
Did
I-
you search the body?
I don't think there was a body.
No, there wasn't a body.
There also weren't any magical items that fell to
That's
the ground.
No.
So
probably no.
so if he was
clues
wearing
is-
a magical amulet or a magical ring, that's unlikely to have been
The person
destroyed.
that dropped that thing into your pocket. Yeah.
Who's to say?
Anyway, carry on.
Not safe to look at it right now.
So Vasili's sort of moving, and nobody stops him. In fact, people sort of move out of the way as he walks through. Sort of obviously a very respected gentleman. He goes up and he sort of starts conversing with Lydia, and she's nodding, and then she turns and walks into the house with Vasily von Holtz.
Interesting. What's his name doing? The captain of the guard.
He's standing with a sort of phalanx of guard, sort of guarding the gate into the property. So there's him behind on the sort of house side, and then there's a couple of rows of guard in front of him.
Can I try to work out what spell he cast? Is that a thing I can do with an Arcana check, or is that just beyond not wizards?
Yeah, no, you could do that.
Or estimate, like, was this a cantrip? Was this comparable to what Quinny can do, or is this
Yeah.
vastly beyond what Quinny can do?
Yeah, you could do that.
Can I roll a perception check to just kind of like hear what the crowd is like kind of discussing to see
And I'm going to guidance
like
myself.
how
on that.
they're
Yeah.
feeling about it all? 15.
16.
Okay, with a 16, you are.
I'm more interested in level than specifics.
Yeah, you think it's not particularly high level. What you're not 100% sure of is whether this is a spell or an effect of his arm.
Okay, cool.
So that's the bit you're not sure of. You didn't think it was particularly powerful. It seemed to be more for show and control than sort of has a
No.
flamethrower as an. But it was unclear. It certainly seemed arcane rather than mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem, having seen Malachi cast fireball and things like that, it didn't
Yeah.
seem that powerful
Mhm.
compared to some of Malachi's flame spells. So you'd say lower than that.
Okay.
But what you're not clear of is whether it was a spell that he
Yeah.
cast or whether it was an
And,
effect.
Also, not to take up too much time.
No.
I've seen him at a distance.
Yes.
And I stalked him with the owls.
Yes.
Is his arm like biological, mechanical? Is it like a prosthetic? Is it a
It looks very deformed
odd healing
and
job?
abnormal,
Mhm.
but it doesn't look robotic.
Okay,
It
yeah,
looks
it's not like a
organic.
prosthetic. Just
It looks
like a
organic.
Cool.
It doesn't necessarily look human,
Mm.
but it definitely looks organic.
All right, cool.
While everyone's staring up at the sky,
Yeah.
can I do some sleight of hand pickpocketing? Just to run around.
Go for it.
Yeah, Arwen just on the breeze.
Go for it.
I rolled a 15 on perception just to kind of gauge how
Get the
really
vibe.
crowd is.
18.
Okay. Is that with your gloves of thievery?
Yeah, that's all.
Ooh, okay. All right. Excellent.
No joy. Oh, excellent. I'm gonna
It's all right. There's only like 30 or 40 town guards here to roll perception
But
checks.
they're all busy.
Yeah.
They're preoccupied.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to pick my target. I'm not going to rob a guard, but maybe just.
No, the whole crowd is basically being watched for. There's obviously some anxiety about what's going on.
Yeah, but they're looking for something specific. They're not
So that's a
just looking for
21
pickpockets for
Mm.
that.
on perception for the nearest guard, who spots you and starts making his way through the crowd towards you as you go into the first pocket. So you legging it?
Yeah, we're going to.
So the call goes up amongst the guards.
I'm gonna, before
Thief!
that, as that
Pickpocket!
happens, as we go to leave, I'm gonna
Stealth
cast
it.
Pass Without Trace on us all.
Yeah. Stealth it.
And I'm going to pluck my little loot and I'm going to cast invisibility on the young little thief.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
To get you in trouble.
So as you start legging it,
Just felt like
all the shout goes up and the guards, thief, pickpocket, over there! And so 3 or 4 of the guards sort of nearest you start heading in your direction, you vanish and you disappear. And they're like, where did he go? Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he go? I'm not sure they have the intelligence to be able to figure out this big, no, not with a 1, to figure out that there has been some spell, or they think you've just melted it, so they're now hunting. They're going around bashing bushes and, you know, making their way down the street, as sort of across the main street. You could, Harleen, you were getting this. Before that happened, there's sort of almost much more free speech than there has been before about, well, I can't believe that, this is all is well, my arse, right. There's certainly some low-level disquiet, and then everybody then just swings into, oh my God, I haven't got any money to steal, I can't even feed my children, and starts going on about how terrible their quality of life is and how little money they've got and how dare some brat try and pickpocket them, and they're all sort of trying to secure their copper pieces in their trousers more securely. So you got general disquiet about the status quo and being in Vallaki and everything not being great, and then amplified by we're all skint and this place is shit and now even the kids are after our stuff.
With that Pass Without Trace, I'd
Yes.
like to just duck away from the rest of the party and head over to the house I was at earlier.
Okay. You would roll stealth then, if you're leaving them.
I don't like this.
That's an absurdly high number. 35.
Jesus.
38.
In the 30s.
So I don't think anybody has a passive perception high enough, and everybody is currently occupied doing other things. So you slip away unnoticed from the rest of the group.
Wonderful.
Okay. What would everybody else like to do? So Ethelwe's booking it somewhere.
Yeah, I might go hide in the where the ghost was.
Okay.
Idea.
Nice.
That's a good
Yeah.
hideout.
I might go back to the past.
Kind of like that seems like the shrieking shack in Harry Potter. It's like, hang on.
So you're going to hang out at Herod's place.
Yeah.
You're returning with your headache to the bar. Okay.
Let some Harry go.
Nothing like splitting the party. Excellent.
This is fine.
Well, he's
Okay.
invisible. I don't know where he's going.
No, nobody knows where he's gone. Zephyr's vanished.
Could you
Who
guys
knows
say
where
that
he
Homer
is?
Simpson and just steps backwards into a bush?
Okay.
I feel like Harleen would kind of stick around the crowd to just kind of try and gain some knowledge of, just sort of, not knowledge, observe the town guard. And
Okay. So at the moment,
try and ease them
half
on
of the
the
town
way.
guard is sort of, or a good chunk of guard are in sort of looking very official, like outside of the gate to the burgomaster's house. You've watched Izek turn, say something to the guard and then head into the house. And then the rest of the guard are kind of sort of policing the crowd, apart from the 4 who've headed off back into town in the same sort of direction that Ethidwe was heading before he disappeared. And they're just sort of stomping around and like kicking bushes and hitting things with swords in an attempt to...
Is Blinsky in the crowd?
You don't see Blinsky in the crowd.
I like to wander by Blinsky's shop.
You're going to Blinsky's shop.
Nothing-
Okie dokie.
Nothing in. I'm just
Vash, what are you doing?
Trying to remain inconspicuous at the moment, given what's going on.
Are you staying? Are you going? Are you...
I'll probably tag along with wherever Arlene's heading off to.
Okay.
Is the crowd dispersing, or like?
Yeah,
are we
there's
the only
it's
ones
this
leaving?
sort of uneasy. There's people starting to step down. There's clearly nothing particularly going on. There's been an
Just wanted to
announcement,
make sure we got
and
no
now
random
there's just
ones.
loads of guards, and it seems like you're going to get pickpocketed if you stay here. So some grumbling and some disquiet, but it's kind of dissipating.
Just wanted to make sure
Quinny.
we could be suspicious if we were the
No,
only
it's
ones
fine.
that left.
Quinny, where are you headed?
What is the feasibility of sneaking into the Burgomaster's house at the moment? Does that look remotely possible, or is it just crawling with 10 guards?
It's crawling with guards.
Cool. I'm not
So there's a couple of roving patrols. The whole main gate that you went through last night, there's 2 rows of guards covering that, and then there's guards patrolling the grounds inside. So it looks like there's an investigation underway, and the house is under heavy guard.
Cool. Quinny's going to give up on that. I want to go to the church.
You're going to the church?
Yep.
Okie dokie. All right. So Quinny's headed to the church. Malachi's going drinking. Etherdwe is going to the ghost house. Harleen and Vash are going to Blinsky's shop. We'll go there first.
Right.
So you're heading down to Blinsky's shop. Blinsky's shop is opening. So Blinsky is there, and he's opening up his shop.
Okay.
Like, totally unaware that anything else is going on at all.
Blissfully,
Blinsky voice.
blissfully unaware of what is happening. Okay, excellent.
He definitely murdered the man.
Oh yeah,
Burgomaster.
it's totally him.
You go frame Blinsky.
Yes, that's it. That's our next.
Practice shot.
That's Harleen's next step to our plan.
What you should have done is before he got rid of the body, is grabbed like a ring or something really obvious of the Burgomaster, so he could have framed someone.
But he's not dead. You framed him as having escaped.
Yeah.
You did
Oh,
leave
yeah.
a high-quality forged note saying, "My life here is
Like-
terrible.
Oh yeah, I
All
just
is
don't
not
know
well.
how long
I'm
that note's
leaving."
gonna last. Like,
You're welcome.
The empty bottle of vodka.
Yeah, you got sex time.
I'm very sad."
yes, that's Quinny's
I do, and then you ate him with a toad, and I do believe you actually set fire to the bed lid. So we'll see how.
Yeah,
that,
we got rid
we'll,
of the bed.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and
We
you,
didn't.
like,
Sorry, we
pack
didn't
it
set
back
fire to
in
the burn.
this-
We took the bed linen off and put it in the fire to dispose of it.
Oh.
Was what I meant by burn the linen. I didn't mean
Okay.
like burn the bed.
Yeah, that's not very
didn't-
specific.
Didn't you like sort of
Cast
ransack and like pack it back?
Yeah, yeah,
with
throw a bunch
their
of stuff in the bag.
Yeah. Do we
Okay.
do we still obtain that bag?
I definitely would have got it out of the house, so I assume so. Yeah,
So you've either got it with you,
I don't
or
think
it's
we
at the
want
Blue
that
Water Inn.
I think it's probably
Due to the investigation.
yeah.
Somebody needs to get rid of that bag.
Cool. Quinny, I'll do that after I check some stuff at the church.
Yeah.
Then bury it in the backyard or something.
They're about to do a full-blown investigation. Having that sort of evidence on us, not the smartest idea.
Okay.
Just throw that out.
So we've got a plan for cover-up, damage mitigation. Okay, right.
Okay.
Blinsky is opening up Blinsky's toy shop.
Blinsky is opening up Blinsky's toy shop.
Yes.
I don't really want to interact with him. I just wanted to kind of see what he was up to, what he, why he wasn't there. If
Okay.
there's anything I could tell of why he potentially wasn't.
Well, as you get there, there's still this big pane of glass with a big crack through it, and it's kind of got some nails and some boards sort of keeping it sort of relatively secure. And he opens the door and he's going, "Good morning! It's no funny, no Blinsky. You coming shopping? Where's your little boy? Where is he? Where's the little boy? You was going to buy him beautiful toys. Coming in, is it a surprise for him?"
You're a mom now.
No, I know. I kind of regret doing that. Ash, you're not my husband. Yeah, I think we would probably go in to try to kind of look at toys. I'm saying with air quotations, and trying to see if he found the doll that we planted back there, and if it's like back behind, and like he's working on it again, sort of thing.
Okay.
If I'm going in there with her, can I turn my back for a second like I'm looking out to the crowd?
Yep. Well, there isn't a crowd here. There's nobody here.
Looking back to see if there's anyone around.
Okay.
And while my back's turned, can I cast Detect Thoughts?
Yes.
Good idea.
Are you probing or just surface thoughting?
Sorting.
Okay. The surface thoughts are, this lady, she needs to buy toys for her son. I will find her beautiful toys that he will like, that little boy. I need to make some money to fix my shop. All of his surface thoughts are very much about the hard sell to the lady with the boy, so that he can fix up his shop.
But he wouldn't recognize me because I'm in disguise.
Oh, valid.
Yeah, he wouldn't recognize me, so scratch all that.
Sorry, that is true.
Cool.
He wouldn't recognize. I'd forgotten you were still in disguise.
Yeah.
Just put a password in.
Oh, in that case, if that's the case, I won't be using the skull.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
When
fine.
also
Yeah.
No worries.
Sorry, I forgot that we were in
That's fine.
disguise.
Hey, how's your kid?
I apologise. So we'll carry on with the same thing, just without the child. You want toys? Are you a lovely lady? Have you got children? A niece or a nephew or a little child of your own? You want toys for somebody? They have lots of children here who would love toys. You would like toys. I make toys for grown-ups. I make toys for everybody.
At that point, Harley would turn around and she'd go, maybe you should think, how do I say this? Trying to bring up the whole Burgermaster thing.
Did you hear the news?
I'm surprised you're opening shop after the news of the Burgermaster.
Oh, what has happened to the Burgermaster? I sleep upstairs. I have just woken up. I come down to open my shop. There is no one here today. It is quiet in the town already.
That's because the town guard, well, yes, the town guard didn't rally everyone, but there's lots of commotion. I'm surprised it didn't wake you. There's lots of commotion this morning. The town guard has gone missing. Not town guard. The Baron is... Something has happened with the Baron and his son. There is now town-wide investigation, and I doubt many people will be in today. There's pickpocket at the gathering, so everyone is a little on edge today. I'm rather surprised you did not hear anything.
Oh, I didn't wake up at all. I sleep at the back of the shop. I didn't wake up. I came down, I set up the shop, and you see his face falling at the thought of another quiet day in the toy shop. You can see this. My shop, it got vandalized and broken, and I am trying very hard to mend my shop. If no one comes in and buys my toys because of some hoo-ha somewhere else, then that is very bad, very sad.
People might enjoy the happy distraction of another puppet show I saw you do the other day.
I am preparing a puppet show. Would you like to see it? Tomorrow is a festival day. Blinsky always does a puppet show on a festival day.
I feel like the people would enjoy a puppet show today. Take their minds off everything.
I cannot do a puppet show today. Tomorrow is the festival. Tomorrow is the festival puppet show. It is a big, big puppet show. You come in, I give you a sneaky preview of the puppets, and maybe you will see something that you like in my shop, and then you could be my customer.
Yeah, Harleen will go in and have a sneak.
And he's like, come.
And probably buy something cheap just to kind of ease the guilt of, well, that's true, he does need to but, she's doing it in a way that's like, yeah.
What are you interested in? What would you like?
Oh,
I make anything out of wood. I am very good, very skilled with wood. I make any number of things. And he picks up, these are counting eggs and there's like, they're all like weird kind of like undead creatures, like one skeleton, two zombies.
I'm interested more in your puppets.
Oh, you would see my puppets. I show you. I give you a sneaky preview. And he goes back and he brings out this big puppet. He's like, this is a puppet of the sun. And it's like a big, really stereotyped sun with spikes on it. And he goes, and the sun defeats the vampires. And then basically there's some vampire puppets and he spins. There's one that looks like a passing resemblance to Strahd. And he pulls.
As he says, sun destroyed the vampires. Bash's eyebrows are just narrow a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think he notices. His perception's like in the negative numbers. He's very self-obsessed, Blinsky. And he goes, I show you the secret. And he pulls, so you know those kaleidoscope things that kids make with all the different colours on, and when you spin them, they turn white? It's like that, but more like Boadicea's chariot wheel. So when you spin it, it's got these wooden jaggedy bits of sun are suddenly like deadly blades, and he brings it down and goes, I show you, to the bottom of one of these puppets, and it just starts going up through its puppet. See, the sun defeats the vampires. It is brilliant. They will love it. The Baron will love it. You said the Baron is missing. Is there still a festival tomorrow? Because everybody comes to my toy shop after the festival, after the big puppet show.
They did say that the festival was going to continue.
It's very definitely a festival.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That is good.
The Baroness said that the festival will still continue during the
And he's there
investigation.
sort of spinning, sort of slightly maniacally, this big spinning sun. You'll see, it's important that people see how good my puppets are and that they come and buy these toys. And then he sort of puts it down and it goes spinning off.
Safe for children.
Yeah.
It goes spinning off across the floor.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, as it's starting to like chop into the bits of the stands and knock things off.
Yeah. Does Harleen see the puppet, like, of her?
So
Did he end up
So
finding her?
so if you look over behind his counter where Ethelweird told you it was in the first place, you can see on the workbench behind the counter a doll's head that looks like you, that's been assembled onto a body that also looks like you. You do not look like you, though.
Yes. So, Harley would inquire about the dolls. I see you're working on a new doll.
Oh, this is a special commission. That doll, not for sale, I'm afraid. I could make you one if you would like one. I do commissions. This is for someone else, and it is very special. And he sort of goes behind the counter and he puts a sort of cover over it. It's not for sale. I show you a puppet that's for sale.
Dash will pipe up, and he'll say, that is an awfully detailed doll. Do you have some sort of picture you work from, or is it being described to?
Oh no! I make them, and they tell me exactly what they want. They say, Blinsky, the hair be just so, and then the face be just so, and I do it every time just so. And then he comes in, he tells me different things, like, okay, and I make another doll just so, just right. He is very, very particular about the dolls.
Does the
He
doll...
must be very attached to this person.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't ask. He buys the dolls.
Does the doll look like a higher quality than his other dolls? Like,
Some of
because
his
he's-
puppets look really detailed.
Yeah.
It looks really well made.
Okay. How many commissions do you get for your dolls?
Oh, for all my puppets. Sometimes some of the rich families make the puppets every now and again. At the orphanage, she will buy a puppet or something for the children in the orphanage.
But do they request the doll? Like they kind of like she's trying to figure out how many
Specific
people-
commissions.
Yeah, specific commissions.
Commissions are more expensive. There is little call for the very specifics. I try very hard to make fun toys that everybody will love.
So how-
What about this one? And he sort of, it's like a wooden teddy bear, but
Yeah.
you can like remove all of its sort of organs like a jigsaw.
I kind of like that. Harley would kind of inquire about how much like that commissioned doll would cost.
Well, that doll would be very expensive. If you were to commission a doll of as high a quality as this doll, then that doll would cost you probably 100 gold pieces.
Whoa.
That's a lot of. Okay.
That is a quite
You know
expensive
if anyone
doll.
else in the town was
I am a very, very good toy maker. No funny, no Blinsky. You hear people say that all around the town.
Oh, your quality is very obvious.
Yes,
Do
he looks very happy.
do his other pre-made dolls have like prices on them or anything, or do we have to ask him for the prices?
Oh no, they have prices on them, and they're way under that. So a really detailed, one of the really detailed puppets. One of the
on the cheaper end of things.
Okay, so you can get small things
Yeah.
from it's of $1 up to quite detailed big puppets up to 10-15 gold.
Okay, but we'll probably go for one that's maybe like $2.
Okay.
If we notice one that's $2.
So you want this simple little one here? It's like a little bit bigger than a key ring, but all the arms and the head kind of are jointed and will twist all the way around and go into really odd contortionist shapes.
Yeah.
It's quite fun. I agree.
It's
Quite fun.
quite fun. I'll take that one.
Okay. $2. And he looks really happy for the first time all day.
I'll give him the $2. And then I thank him.
I don't suppose you've seen your around these parts. Have you seen any small animals? I had a monkey. But it died, and I am quite lonely now. There is no animals. If you see anyone when you are around and traveling that has a small animal that would be a good pet that I could look after and keep me company, then I could do you a really good deal on another toy if you needed one.
I will keep my eye out.
Thank you.
Indeed. And with that, we will exit the shop, and then Harleen would probably just find a kid and get away from the shop, so Vallaki can't see.
It was Rick Tavio's monkey.
And give the little puppet to a child in the street.
Okay.
But away from Vallki's shop, so he doesn't see us giving it.
Okay. Okay.
So
So as you're walking away from the shop, you actually see Isaac Strasny walking down towards Vallki's shop.
should have stalled a little bit longer.
With this doll, what sort of scale is it?
Just a little.
The doll,
figurine doll.
the doll,
One that I bought.
the one that she bought
The one
is
that-
tiny. The
No,
one that
the
he's
one-
bought is
The one I
sort of
bought.
this size.
So there's no like life-size dolls? Okay.
No. His biggest puppets are this kind of size, marionettes mainly. So Isaac Strasny, you watch as Isaac Strasny slams the door open and marches into Vallki's shop. And with that, we're going back to the Blue Water Inn. Malachi, what are you up to?
I was starting praying first to try to get rid of the headache.
Okay.
And then after about, I don't know, 20 minutes of that, not doing anything, I'm going to start praying.
I'll probably be at the inn by the time that 20 minutes is done.
Okey-dokey.
Wow, that'd be bad.
And you're sneaking back to the inn as well. Roll a religion check. Yeah.
100 gold for gold. That's a long line. How many of us did we have?
That's 13.
Okay. You pray and you're praying to the Morning Lord about this terrible headache, and you can
Also about my remorse for the death.
and the remorse,
Chill.
obviously,
I do
and
feel a bit bad about it.
and you
Justified.
feel
Yeah.
so you feel that the Morning Lord is just on the outside, that you just can't quite connect, that you're not making any headway, that this headache is still gnawing behind your eyes and still really bothering you, and that you can't contact the Morning Lord about it, but you feel it's related.
Yeah.
You feel it's related to what happened to the boy. Quinny and Etherdwick. You come back and Malachi's either on his knees in the bar or he's gone up to his room. Hard to tell.
Cool. I'm going to go by the church first.
You go into the church. Go for it.
I just want to see if Father Lucian?
Yes.
Is Father Lucian there?
Yes.
How's he look?
He looks tired. He's got dark circles. The church is open. He's sort of sweeping. Milovich is there as well. He's looking much better, and they're sort of sweeping out the dust and airing out the church and just generally cleaning, getting things ready. And he sees you and goes, "Oh, hello."
Hello, Father Lucian. How are you this morning?
I am fine. I'm fine. A long night, but
I heard from Vallaki and company. What happened?
Yes. Unexpected. And troubling, but please don't tell him that. Please don't tell him that.
No. Strictly between us.
Yeah.
My goal. Actually, sorry. Yeah, you can.
Well, he's invisible. He can be wherever he wants.
Well, I got the 31 stealth check to sneak off, but
You did.
I don't think I'm going to do what I was going to do. So yeah, I'm fine.
No, that's all right. I don't mind staying back.
No, I'm good. I was originally going to do shenanigans related to the note I got handed, but I'm not going to. So that's all good.
Oh God. I'd hate to make a Lucian out of that.
So yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that.
Do you want something more?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Overindulged.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
And I'll say, sorry, what's the burgomaster's wife's name again?
Lydia.
I'll say, Lydia seems to be doing well today. Were you at the announcement earlier?
No, we are readying the church for the feast of St. Andrel. It's our annual celebration of the protection that St. Andrel confers on Vallaki and its people. So we celebrate that here at the church every year. It's a very special day for us. My sister is a strong and forthright woman.
An insight check on that and see what exactly he means and what he thinks about what's going on with his sister.
Yep.
Presumably he knows, given that response. 31.
He is being very cagey. Probably because of your relationship with Malachi and Malachi's relationship with the church. He doesn't want to say anything that's going to implicate him and potentially get him murderized. His feelings towards his sister are... he's not her greatest fan, but she's his sister. You kind of get the feeling that he doesn't agree with a lot of the things she does or the way she does them, but she's family, and that's important to him.
Father Lucian, sir, how many people are you expecting at the feast vigil?
Oh, most of the certainly most of the common townsfolk would come. I mean, primarily because we have a feast, and it's more food than most of them would eat in a week. So it encourages people to come and visit the church and renew their faith.
Who is it, like what, 30, 40 people?
Oh no, it would be. Well, I would hope it would be more than 30. Near a couple of hundred.
Oh, okay, right, fair enough.
The second part of this mean now or tomorrow? This section here.
Doesn't say.
Helpful.
Deliberately ambiguous.
Wonderful.
I just thought I'd missed something, but no, deliberately ambiguous. That's fine. Whatever you think.
Cool. Sweet.
So, yeah.
I don't think I've got anything else.
So he's not really doing anything. He's cagey with you, but he's friendly, but wary and guarded. The festival's a big thing for the Feast of St. Andrew's a big thing in his calendar, so he's quite keen on.
I would like to ask him while I'm here.
Yep.
Does the church keep any holy water?
Well, yes. We keep a supply in the font in the centre of the church for weddings and baptisms and the like. Sometimes I will bless the bodies of the dead before they are buried. We have a small supply. Yes.
I'd hate to impose, but would I be able to have some? I'd be willing to pay if that's
It is not something that I would take money for. I can see if I've got some. And he disappears off, and he brings you 2 vials of holy water.
Thank you very much.
And again, that wariness of you as somebody associated with Malachi appears to be, it's like anything you want, anything I can do. Please don't tell him that I'm hindering giving out holy things.
What does this feast or the vigil consist of?
The people. The people of Vallaki come. There is a service. We remind the people of the town of the importance of St. Andrew and how he protected the town from Strahd by standing his ground and not inviting him in, and that his bones keep us safe. And then we have a feast, and everybody sort of prays to the morning Lord for their safety and renews their faith, and we all eat together and drink some wine, and it's a happy occasion. Particularly after you managed to bring the bones back, that was worrying me greatly about what would happen at the feast if the church was not actually hallowed.
Does the church involve itself much in the festival tomorrow?
Well, we will all be attending the festival tomorrow. Attendance at the festival is mandatory. Lydia tells me the festival is going ahead, and therefore we will be at the festival tomorrow, as we would usually be.
How far away from the church would you say the festival is?
So the church is on the outskirts towards the east of Vallaki, towards the west of Vallaki, towards the west gate. The main festival takes place in the town square. So where the big shops are and where the stocks are, where you very first came in. So it's not a huge city, but it's right in the centre.
Okay, so it's a bit of a distance, like
Yeah.
half the city's.
Yeah. It would take you more than a couple of rounds to get from one to the other.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Okay.
That's all I want.
All
I'll
right.
head back to the Blue Water Inn, and then I want to do some wild
Okay.
nonsense quickly.
Okie dokie. Harleen and Vash, is there anything you want to do before you leave the town square?
I would like to observe the interaction between this guy and Blinsky.
How close are you getting?
Yeah, I'm going to sit and watch.
How close are you getting? So they're in the shop.
I feel front door-ishy.
Front door-ishy.
Very.
Very close. No. Yeah. Like, I kind of want to be as close as I can be, but I feel like I would have started walking away by the time we saw him going into the shop.
You almost passed, so you passed on the street. So you're walking across and he was walking down. So not huge. You weren't outside the square, for example.
Yeah.
You were still in the square.
Like, I changed my mind and I decided I want to go to the other end of the square to the shops down there, so I start walking down past the door and try to keep an ear out.
Okay,
Do that thing people do with
that's fine.
Otherwise they're walking the wrong way.
Oh no, where am I going?
I'm a visitor in this town.
That's fine. So on the opposite side of the square, there's an inn. So the Blackwater Tavern is at the top of that square. Herod's Scary House is on the corner. The coffin shop was just down the alley there. Okay, as you walk sort of up past Blinsky's towards the Blackwater Tavern on the top edge, you can just hear shouting inside. So you can hear what you would assume is Izek, because it's not Blinsky, going,
Really?
"What do you mean it's not ready? When's it going to be ready?" And then you hear Blinsky go, "Oh no, it is been terrible in my shop. It got broken. You have not found who broke it, my shop." And he was like, "Don't you speak to me." And really aggressive. And it's like, if you don't want your shop destroyed, finish my commission. And he storms past you.
Going the way that I was going?
He's now going out past you. Yeah. and just barges past you. Doesn't seem interested
Do we
in.
still have possible, right?
Remind me the mechanics of that. It's everyone in the 30 when you cast it.
I
and then
thought
it
you had-
hangs to the person.
I thought,
That's how I thought it worked.
I
yeah,
think it was something like
That's
that.
how it's written, but
yeah.
This
rules,
seems wildly
rules
overpowered.
expanded. I think you've got to be
I think
around
you've
for-
got to stay in
Yeah.
within range.
I'll be honest, I probably would have dropped that once I
Yes.
decided I wasn't going on my original
Yeah, that's
plan
fine.
anyway, so no.
That's fine. I would like to try and follow him a bit. Yeah. Well, he's stalking me.
Oh, no.
Stalk a
That's
stalker.
not justified story.
Yeah, so
Invest.
I think the way it's written,
It's weird how far along between that is.
the way it's written is
Yeah.
that they have to stay within 30 feet because it's
Okay,
a veil
yeah,
of
that makes
shadows and silence emanates from you.
Okay.
That
That
is
makes
the
sense.
thing that disguises, and you
That's
can
fine. I
name
rolled it-
creatures within 30
Yeah,
feet.
rather than
that-
dropping it and everyone.
So
knows
as you
about it.
move, it moves with you,
Yeah.
and but creatures that move in don't get it after you've cast it.
That's interesting. Cool.
Does that make sense?
That's
I
fine.
think.
I rolled a dirty
Like an
20
aura.
stealth.
Yes, like an aura.
Sweet.
You rolled a
Dirty 20
on.
stealth.
Um,
Follow him.
oh, we are following Isaac Strasny, aren't we?
Yes.
Alright, well then I better roll stealth then.
I mean, you don't have to follow me.
Oh, I'm keeping you out of trouble.
I'll do that for
I'm not gonna get into. I'm just investigating this
He doesn't seem to.
CUMP.
That's a 19.
He doesn't seem to be paying you any mind at all at the moment.
Where is he headed?
He seems to be heading back towards the Burgmaster's house.
And he's feeling. He seems angry.
He seems angry, and he's storming off up the hill.
I feel like I will still follow to the Burgomasters and see kind of if he gives any of the guards instructions or anything like that. on
Okay.
his way
As
past.
he doesn't seem to be. He just seems to be in an absolutely foul mood. You see him sort of push a small child out of the way and as he's storming past. It's this sort of.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
It's this, yeah. He just seems in an absolutely foul mood. Storms up. Anybody who gets in his way gets roughly cast aside, like he doesn't give a
How
shit.
do the guards react to him coming up in this?
They all
mood?
stand to attention, and then they move out of the way as he storms into the house, and they close ranks behind him.
Is there any sort of murmuring behind?
Not in the guards. Everybody's very quiet and
Even after he's gone
Yep.
inside.
there's no murmuring in the guards. There's some murmuring from some small. I fucking know, that horrible Mr. Stasny just fucking kicked me from some of the kids and people who were in the way as he went up the hill.
Where's he going?
He's gone back to the Burgmasters.
The church, not the Wellington.
So what you're trying to say is he's a rude
He's a rude
asshole.
asshole. Yeah. Okay, we'll go back into the tavern.
Okay, so you're heading back. So you've all sort of headed back to the Blue Water, and there's people coming in, and there's sort of ordering lunch, and you can hear generally sort of gossip in the tavern about sort of what the hell's happening. This is, there's a lot of things going on, and this doesn't feel that all is well, and this feels very uncomfortable, and the door opens and a guard comes in, and everything hushes down, and comes in, orders some food, sits, and there's just hush in tavern, and then leaves again. Doesn't seem to interview anyone or anything. Literally comes in for some lunch and leaves.
I'd like to
And then-
fairly quickly get something done. If that's okay.
Yes, of course.
I wanna go upstairs,
Yep.
get the bag with the mare's stuff in it,
Yes.
put it on, wild shape into a squirrel, run out of town to a river or something nearby.
Yep.
Drop wild shape, fill it with stones, drop the bag in, wild shape to a squirrel again, and run back to town.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
My goal is hopefully that will save me having to do any sort of stealth checks to
Yep,
get past
that's
guards
fine.
and stuff.
No, that's fine.
That's exactly what Arlene was gonna once the guard left, she was gonna be like she saw the guard come in, she was like, oh yeah, that bag upstairs. Hopefully they didn't leave her ransacking, she was gonna
Quinny-
mention
Quinny-
to
Quinny
somebody in the
wanders
group
back
and be
eating
like,
some
"Group,
hazelnuts.
get rid of that bag, please."
Okay, so Quinny heads out. You remember from when you went to visit Jenny Greenteeth up the north that there was a sort of stream going out towards the woods up there. There's a lake up there. So you headed out to
3
the
hours on a
north.
wild shape now, so I'm hoping that's enough time to
Yeah,
get, like,
yeah. No problem at all. So you've squirreled away the clothes, dumped them in a river, well out of town, squirreled back, got back into up one of the trees and back into the window,
Do you
into
do that
the.
after the guard's been in?
I'm doing that as
Or
soon as I get back
as soon as
from
you
the
get to the
Yeah,
church.
but you
That's
probably-
I'm walking through the door up the stairs to the bag.
So you've probably already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
The
I
guard
guess
didn't
Harley
seem
wouldn't know
particularly,
that, so,
and the guard didn't seem particularly interested in interrogating anybody or finding out what was going on. The guard was clearly very keen on getting dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cool. Well, I mean, Harley wouldn't have known about that happening, so she would go.
Okay.
Did somebody get rid of that?
What bag?
Okay,
There
cool.
is no
We're,
bag.
okay, cool. We're gonna go with that. Fantastic. And then she'd throw in water like
Okay.
a mother veil or whatever. And it's,
So,
you know.
anything you'd like to do this afternoon?
Yes. I've been thinking, everyone, and I'll get the party together. I've had what the wizards call an idea. I think we should go meet the Watcher family or the other rich people in town. I think if anyone else knows what's happening, it'll be them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can use my hidden to get there.
What are you concerned about?
Oh, it's more so just finding
No,
information.
I don't know. It's bad
I
vibes.
was
Yeah.
wanting to go do some werewolf thing.
I do want to do some werewolf things. I think we should be here for the feast and the celebration.
Yes. It will. It
And
really
I'm
will.
worried werewolf because werewolf thing's far away, isn't it?
Werewolf thing would take you probably at least a day and a camp to get there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
probably
we
off the
need
cards.
to. We need to
I am
not
super-
disappear
I'm
from
super
town.
keen.
Because it's up in the mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
am
need-
super keen to do that.
We just need
Just
to
time-wise.
not disappear as soon as the guards disappear, because then that makes us sus for whenever we come back. Just so.
First, though, I think we should hang out for like an hour or so, have a few drinks, maybe a little
Yeah.
quick rest would do me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Short rest.
Cool.
So
Have a
short rest. Yep, you can have a short rest.
That gives me that gives me my wild shapes, which is very important.
Oh,
I'm side drinking that.
So we're doing a short rest, are we?
I'm doing a short rest.
how silly would it
I'll take
are
one.
Harley
Yeah, do
and
it.
her
Okay.
disguise?
Then we can go see the Watcher people. We can go to that feast, whatever. it is
During
tonight
the
if you want.
short rest,
And
Harley would like to chat to Vash. Because we know Van Holt because of Vash, don't we? Like, how did we?
I
Like,
think that was the guys that we went there with. Was we
Yeah.
went with Vash and were like, "Hey, we're travelers." I think we just said hi then.
Yeah, okay, so we didn't know anyone.
I think we
We
had a
didn't
particular
know of
in.
him because of anyone in the party.
So Irina introduced you to Vasily von Holtz as a sort of local nobleman. As a
That's a good question. What happened to her?
local, the person you were meant to be looking after and
Well, no, we
delivering
just had to get her here, didn't we?
delivering her into safety that you promised her brother. Have you just realised you don't know where she is?
We got her here.
Yeah.
If we know what she's done afterwards. Or...
You've seen her in passing at the church and at the Blue Water Inn. She seems to be staying at the Blue Water Inn and helping Father Lucian down at the church.
Would she know much about Town Guard Chieftain dude?
She might do. She obviously was the Burgomaster's daughter in Barovia and knew the Burgomaster here in Vallaki, and had visited Vallaki several times. So she might know that.
I would like to talk to her about him.
Okay. So Irina is currently at the Blue Water Inn. If you want to speak to
Wonderful.
her, save her being
I'm gonna
anywhere
tell her
else.
She should come with us to the Watcher House.
Okay. We're taking her as well. Okay.
Can I ask her about this guy during our short rest? Just to see what his deal is, if she knows what his deal is.
Have we been in this town?
I think it's been a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that every single day we've done 4 different things.
Yeah.
So we're only getting through like a session a day.
Yeah.
Whereas Randall,
Because
we
you've-
go like, and we walk for 3 weeks to the next city, and we stay there for a week of downtime, and we do one thing. So it's
So
like,
yeah,
just
you've
different
been
things.
you've been destroying the place
Mm.
systematically. In terms of over dinner, Irina tells you that Izek Strasny has been the guard here. He has lived with the Baron since he was quite young. So he's not that old. He's sort of 26, 27. So a little bit older than you, older than Ethidwe, younger than Malachi, way younger than Zephyr, Quinny, undetermined. So
It's like 17
quite
or
powerful
17.
for somebody so young.
Yeah.
Was
That's okay,
had
it's
been
fine.
with the Baron since he was a child. He lived with the Baron's father.
Yeah.
So kind of grew up almost like a brother to the Baron.
So, do we
Um,
know what happened to his family?
He just showed up, didn't
and yeah, she's like, well, nobody really knows. He just came and had no family, and then the previous Baron, took him in. So he was kind of raised as a sort of younger brother to Vargas Vallaki. They grew up together. He was much older, but and then he kind of became his personal guard as he got older, and then head of the guard.
And what happened to his arm?
It was like that when he arrived here.
That's interesting. I'll have to take note of that. Similar age, huh?
he? Go for the arm.
Okay,
Yeah, just annotate.
all right.
Yeah, that'll be
Okay, so we're heading up to the Watchers. Okay, so
I'm probably pretty drunk.
are you leading the way, Quinny?
Yeah, Quinny will lead the way.
So the Watcher has a sort of pretty decrepit, sort of, but clearly very rich, sort of mansion on the outside of town, going off to the north. You can see the house up there on the hill.
looks pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. It looks like it's seen better days. It's covered in sort of really sort of half-dead vines and things like that. There's lots of candlelight and lamps from
Family is
indoors.
supposed to be pretty well off.
Yeah.
It's nicer inside. And then Quinny will go knock on the door.
Does Quinny actually say that?
Quinny absolutely says that aloud. Yeah.
Harley would stop and go,
The door.
Yeah.
The door opens and it's Halleck, the valet, who goes, "Oh, hello again.
Yes.
You've bought.
I'm back, and I've brought my friends as requested.
Oh,
You're
fabulous. Coming in.
Harley looks visibly very confused.
Lady Watcher will receive you in the parlour.
Wonderful. Quinny walks in towards the pub.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Um,
follow it.
When did
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to call?
yeah.
Yeah.
Does,
Oh, yeah.
No.
I think Harley would lean into Bash since Priest Boy's gone in and killed the kid. Do we
Because I'm drunk, so I
do we know
don't
before?
care.
Like, do we know that Quinny has like visited them before? Like, this seems odd, doesn't it? Bash.
Everything Gwenny's doing seems a little odd.
But this seems like he's familiar with them.
Yeah, he's been noticing some oddness about Gwenny, but he hasn't said anything yet.
The old man?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then Harleen will keep an extra close eye on observing
I see.
the interactions that
I see.
are happening, that will be happening.
Quinny pops a bottle of wine and pours you a glass.
her psychiatrist's brain is kind of kicked in a bit.
So you all kind of you get shown in by Halik, the valet, who's like, they've gone this way, and shows you to the sort of this octagonal sort of end part of the house on the ground floor, and there's a beautiful parlour with a big open fire and comfortable armchairs, and it is much nicer on the inside. So very nice woven rugs, sort of nice panelling. It's very lovely. And Lady Watcher is sitting in a chair, going, "Hello, you're back.
Yes.
How lovely to see you." There's one other gentleman there, and she goes, "This is Ernst. He works for me. He's a member of the book club. Comes by sometimes. You know about the book club. So the book club was on the notice board right at the very beginning when you first came into town, when you put up a notice trying to sell your windmill, that said,
no one wants to buy a windmill.
Lavinia Watcher, book club, first Thursday of the month, sort of advert. And this is Ernst. He works for me. Ernst, this is Quinny and associates, I think. And she just sort of, yes, lovely. So glad to see you. Would you like a drink?
Yes, definitely. And for my friends.
And she brings out, again, similar to Von Holtz, a very nice brandy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only other place that you've actually seen nice alcohol. Goes, Halika, bring glasses and maybe some pastries and some sweetmeats and we will talk.
Harley wants to
Many
roll a
thanks,
vibe
Sebastian.
check. Like, Harley wants to roll like a vibe check.
Pretty
Just to
cool.
see.
Vibe check.
A vibe check.
Are we going insight on the vibe check, or are you using some other kind of skill?
No, I feel like it would just be insight.
Okay.
Just to kind of.
Yep.
Kind of grasp the feel of her and intentions in a way. And routine.
She is clearly the matriarch of this house. She's a noble woman. She is used to having visitors and people to entertain, and feels very comfortable in this sort of.
Good laugh.
Yes. They're the Watcher family.
Yeah.
Yes. And we know that the Baroness got the mirror from this lady.
Oh,
Harleen would have shared. Yes, Harleen discovered that when she was talking to.
Did you tell us?
I did. I told you that at the breakfast table after she told you about the shit he pulled
Yes.
at the church.
Wonderful.
So that is why Harleen is like extra, like on edge. 'Cause she's
Okay.
like,
Yep. Okay.
they've said something's up with that mirror,
I
so
assume through all our pops.
So this is a beautiful room. There's a decorative urn on the sideboard. There are beautiful glass goblets and decanters.
Like, kind of whisper that in your ear a little bit to be like.
There's an elk's head over the top of the fire, and it's lavish.
You're awfully relaxed for someone who knows this
It's
satanic mirror came from this house.
It's lavish for Vallaki standards. So, how are you all? You are new to the city, I hear. Have you been having fun?
Does she know our names?
She doesn't seem to.
Okay, cool.
She knows Quinny, and was like, Quinny and associates.
Cool. Because
My name's
Harley
Fiona.
would 100% be using a fake name of Ivy.
Okay.
While she's in disguise.
Yes.
Just FYI. to
We're
everyone.
still in disguise.
I am staying the fuck in disguise until we know what the
That's
happening
fair.
with those dolls.
Seems like a really good call.
Also, to see
Seems
if
very
there's
reasonable.
change in any way, like if he knows that we're in a disguise, like
Okay.
So
Good stuff.
Stop me if Quinny
Yes.
couldn't say this, but
Yes.
I'd respond when she asked how I'd say, I'm a bit nervous for tomorrow.
Don't be. It's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Father Malachi, I should say.
Nice to meet you, Father Malachi. I assume that you are of the church.
Yes.
Fabulous. Have you been to our lovely church here at St. Andrew and met Father
Yes.
Lucian?
Very nice.
It has been, it does look like it's been glowing through those windows recently. Is that anything to do with you? I did hear that there was some levitating at a sermon you gave. Very impressive.
I mean, the mention of levitation kind of like chirks up a little bit of, oh shit, she knows about the boy. But then she says, at the sermon, so then she kind of like sighs a little bit of relief, like, okay,
And Wilhelmina, who is, sorry, I have to take this. Wilhelmina, who's the old lady, she has never looked so healthy as she did after your sermon. Hi, it's Emma.
oh,
We need to ask some more follow-up questions.
I'm uneasy about this whole
Good.
water
Easy with
situation.
Good.
Who watches the watchers?
Who watches the Watchman?
How did the Watchers get this mirror that Malachi has? Yeah, the watching mirror.
Family name.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
I
it's
mean,
definitely
I
like
mean, come
a
on.
modicum.
Their
It's an
last
evil
names
name.
used to be what they did, so like,
Well,
They're
yeah.
perverts. Yeah.
you know, you're a shit shoveler, you're a coal shit shoveler.
It's one of the three tenements of English speaking.
Yep.
Which is what I find funny about like your phone book that has, like I have a listener landlady, which has gone right back full circle to the same
Oh
thing.
yeah, true. We have to.
Did you know what the most common last name in Australia is?
Morrison or something like that, isn't
Ewan.
it? Ewan? I
Ewan.
don't think I've ever. Oh, Ewan.
Ewan, yeah, like the
Oh, the
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese thing. Oh, yeah, that's extremely
like
common.
Every person in Vietnam is called Ewan. Imagine the Vietnamese phone book.
Mm.
Ho Chi Minh
I
City.
mean, I just still find it
You
funny
mean N.
that my last name is Stables and I literally work with horses.
Yeah.
Like, I find that so funny because my entire life I've always had to remember Stables as in horses. Because when we first moved here, everyone thought it was a P, not a B.
Staples.
Yeah.
Seems
Because
like
of the accent.
it's weird. Some last names that are nouns are completely fine, like
Yeah.
Staples.
Yeah.
But John Staples sounds like the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Right? Right? So we're like, no, a B, as in stables, as in where you keep your horses. And we're like, oh, that makes more sense. And I'm like, yeah.
Do you know St Ainsworth is a place in the UK?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
I
Sounds
bet
like it would be.
it sounds like it.
It's a UK name. That's
Yeah.
not
But no, but it would be
outside.
Ainsworth village in England.
Yeah.
It is in
Southeast?
the metropolitan borough of Bury in Greater Manchester.
There you go.
Because yeah, most English-speaking names it's either a place in the UK, it's an occupation,
Yeah.
or it's somebody's name, Graham or Thomas, or it's a description of the place where they're like might be forest or
Yeah.
Dale or valley, like a description of the place.
I love
yeah.
how Emma thought we were going to use this time to metagame when they're just talking about surnames.
Well, I think it's fascinating. The
Oh,
origin
no,
of names.
100%.
And then when you start looking, and then when you break it down further, like what does Ainsworth mean?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have its origin, but being a northern name, I guess there's probably some Viking origins there in the name. I don't know what Worth means in terms of, like if you say Bury or Borough, that's a town.
Yeah.
If it's something B, like Selby or Roby or Kirkby or something, which is these are places in England, that refers to a Viking.
Yeah, this, like this.
So,
so
yeah.
this kind of,
Graham originally tracks down to gravel.
Oh, really?
It was an old name for who came from mountains.
the English language is quite fascinating.
It's a disaster.
It's a disaster, but that's why it's so fascinating. Because you're like, how did you get there?
Yeah.
It's like, I saw a
look at
TikTok
this.
the other day.
Ainsworth, archaically known as Cockhead.
That's unfortunate.
It's
That's
like,
your
I
new
saw
nickname.
a TikTok the other day, and it's like, so why did we go with mother, brother, father, daughter, and son.
Because you couldn't have. I don't think you could have, like. You can't go S-O and end in without it sounding really awkward.
Yeah. But it was just one of those TikToks, and then somebody actually stitched it and went back through history of how we actually got there.
Bye.
I mean, that makes sense, but like,
I wish I could
Okay,
take more
sorry.
linguistics classes in
Okay.
language to
I love how you
go.
thought we were going to use this time to metagame.
Yeah,
We've
you've
just
just
been
not
talking
had you.
We've been talking about surname.
Where I not sworn to secrecy.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you've not met again, which is
No.
fabulous. Well done. Anyway, so the lady of the house, who's very much the lady of the house, loves entertaining, loves the work you did. Wilhelmina, she has never looked healthier as she did after your sermon, Father. Father Lucian has been telling us all about having somebody so senior from the Church of Light visiting. It is a true honour to have you here. Lovely to meet you.
Good to hear.
Do you speak much with Father Lucian?
Well, as much as anybody speaks with Father Lucian, he is our priest. When we go to church, we speak to Father Lucian. We have a family pew at the front, as one would expect. So a little. So how have you been getting along around town? Have you met everyone? I hear there is some uproar going on today up at the Baron's house.
Oh yes, getting along as intended.
Huh?
And she looks at you.
As intended. What is that supposed to mean? Wait? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, as you'd think when, after we killed the Burgomaster, stuff's unfolding as you'd expect it would.
Whoa.
Whoa! That's
How
how does this lady react to
She just smiles. She smiles. This huge smile. She's like, Quinny, it is lovely of you to show them that you can be honest here and that there are no secrets in this house.
Winnie, what are you up to?
knew there was something.
Is any of the conditions of that first note you handed me changed at all, or am I still not able to? Cool. Quinny sits there quietly.
So
and has
you
a-
can't tell them why you're doing it,
Mhm.
but
Oh, cool.
you
So I can tell them what's happened. Oh, cool. I was speaking with Lady Wachter earlier today when she asked me to kill Isaac.
Isaac was the
Isaac.
Baron?
Isaac,
Isaac's
Stradney,
friend.
the guard.
Stradney, the head of guard.
And why did you want to kill the Baron?
because it will make
Why are you following orders from this person? What's going on? Are you, what is happening?
You're
everybody
asking Quinny,
seems
I'm asking her.
so stressed about everything. Have another drink, and she passes round some more alcohol.
Quinny
Harley
picks up a drink
will-
and sculls the drink and
Okay.
has another drink.
Harley
Fun
will not touch
does
the
not
drink. She'll go, I
Because
appreciate
it will
the
make
gesture.
it will make the coming revolution so much more peaceful and straightforward if the Baron has already moved on. And it is simply
resolution?
his name that we need to overcome in the town. And the festival is the place to do that. We'll do that tomorrow. Revolution.
Oh,
Revolution. Yes. I mean, there are many here who aren't happy with the way. Do you know? Queenie tells me that the Baron is dead. That clearly isn't public knowledge yet. I believe they're still looking for him.
No, we made it look as if he'd run away. We
Oh.
left the note.
Very wise. Very wise.
Winnie,
Yes?
why are you telling this person everything we've been up to?
Well, there's no reason not to.
There is every reason not to.
Oh, don't be so secretive. It is no secret that many people think that Baron Vallaki is an evil, nasty, ruthless man who has done a great deal of damage in Barovia.
The Baron's proclivities are well known. What I want to know is who you work for.
Who I work for? Well, I just work for those in the city who are more interested in a slightly different rule of law.
And what rule of law is this?
Well, the Vallaki family have been in charge here for a very long time. The Watcher family have been here probably in Vallaki even longer, if there was one that should have been in charge a very long time ago. And she nods towards the urn on the sideboard. Then my great-grandmother Lavinia would have been that person, but no. And then she sort of goes on to this sort of really sort of self-entitled rant about basically how her family was done out of the mayorship several generations back, and the Valakoviches have run Vallaki into the ground.
Where does Isaac come into Where does Isaac come into all this?
Well, Isaac's the head of the guard. Have you not met him? Isaac's the head of the guard. If Isaac falls, then the guards will, well, they're just sort of mindless thugs, aren't they? They do what he tells them to.
Right, I have a simple question.
Well, man,
Hold on, 1 second, Vash.
sorry.
It's all right. Go on.
Well, man, if this was an inside job, well, I'd like to remind you all that I was the one that drew the dagger. So, stop reaching out my hand in a suggestive way.
All right.
I don't think you
I'm
can
professional at your
retroactively
service, man.
order a hit.
I think Vallaki is like literally pissing himself.
So, Vash has a question. Yep.
Right,
Of course.
I have just one question for what are your thoughts on Strahd?
Well, what are my thoughts on Strahd? Why would that be of any importance here? Strahd has been in charge in these lands for generations upon generations upon generations. We have very short lifespans in the life of Strahd. He's just around, isn't he?
So Bash is going to stand up and put his hand on Quinny's shoulder.
Really, you should be a politician, that sort of talk. Cool. Quinny taps it lightly and
In
smiles.
front of everyone, he's casting Identify on Quinny.
Oh, interesting.
Quinny is a satyr of the Fey realm. Quinny has
Says
several
in
magical
Identify.
items. Yep.
It says in Identify, if you touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
You do not think that there are any spells currently affecting Quinny?
This is news to Quinn.
That's
I thought it was
a bit
I thought it
rude,
was
Bash.
a-
What are you doing?
There do not appear to be any spells that you would interpret as spells affecting Quinny.
Okay.
Sorry, Quinny.
Good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
And she watches and she goes, "Are you worried that I am in some way controlling your friend? Is that what's going on here?"
Not you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fine.
I
Okay.
can
We
find
encountered a mirror earlier that
That's exactly what I was about to bring
I'm
up.
worried that someone from there had done it.
Oh, which mirror?
The
Oh, we
mirror
took.
that you gifted the Baroness.
Oh, is that still there? I'd like that back. So I gave her that mirror as a gift when her son was due to what?
I want to roll
I
insight.
figured. Yeah, no, I
got
figured.
a natural 20.
Okay, so she wants a mirror back.
No, is she telling the truth about why she's gifted this
Yeah,
mirror?
she wants the mirror back. She's pissed about the mirror. So I gave that family a precious family heirloom that has been in my family for generations as a gift when their son was to marry my beloved daughter.
Oh.
Did you...
Making
Yes.
so
Did you
so
tell
I
her the room through the mirror, or
I-
just that
no specifically.
yeah. So I thought that maybe making a union between our families might be a peaceful way of bringing about change. But Stella became unwell after visiting that house. and has not been the same for many months now.
Oh, did I tell you we took care of that as well?
Of what?
Oh, we killed the son also. He's dead.
Well, I mean, you didn't kill him.
Oh, no, that was the priest friend here.
Oh,
I mean, I kind of helped a little bit, but involuntarily. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for your service. If Stella could understand, I'm sure that she would be delighted. Fabulous news, and she looks sad. And with a 20, she looks sad when she talks about Stella.
What exactly happened with Stella? Like,
Oh, she became terrified. She would come home, she would be gibbering, then she would be frightened, but she didn't know what she was frightened of.
That was the son. He was experimenting on Matt and Quinny will relay what we learnt from the son of that and the spells and the teleportation.
She just looks like, I knew that family were evil. The sooner that we seize power here, the better this city will be.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Absolutely.
you look into the mirror?
Hmm?
The mirror that you gave.
Have I looked
Is it-
into
is
the
it
mirror?
special in any way? Or is it just a regular mirror?
It's just been in the family it's been in the family for centuries. It's sat in the attic here for a long time. When there's a lot of things up there. When Stella and the boy started dating, got it down, dusted it off, and thought, I'll gift it to them to sweeten the whole relationship, about almost like a dowry, one might say, I suppose. You would look into it. It's a mirror.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like a mirror. Not when I looked at it.
Okay.
I saw a bedroom on the other side of it.
Was the mirror in a bedroom?
It wasn't a reflection.
Oh, because that's how mirrors work.
Yes, I'm aware.
it wasn't in a bedroom either.
Oh, no, no. As far as I'm aware, it was just an antique silver mirror. We've had it in the house for many, as I said, many generations. Okay.
That's weird.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
No, she just doesn't know what it does.
Roll wisdom,
Nay?
Quinny. Say
Is it a spell?
no.
Ah. 16.
You feel almost it's very strange. It's like something moving around in your head, just moving at the back of your head. You still feel the way you do about Fiona, but you're now aware of this really odd sort of crawling sensation, almost like a grub of some kind that's but under your skin.
Can I do something to try to address that?
Yeah.
That wouldn't go against what I said. Great.
No.
I'm going to excuse myself and duck outside quickly,
Okay.
and then I want to wild shape into a cranium rat,
Okay.
which can't be affected by what's the exact language? Cranium rat is immune to any effect that would sense its emotion or reads its thought, as well as all divination spells. If I switch into a cranium rat, does anything noticeable happen?
What? Pull up the stats of the cranium rat.
Yep. So one of the features they have is telepathic shroud.
Yeah. That's fine. What's the intelligence of the cranium rat?
Well, because I'm wild shaping, it keeps my intelligence.
Then you feel it.
Cool. Feel the same, you mean? Or
Yeah.
cool. Alright. Cool. I'll drop the wild shape. And as far as I can tell, nothing will be affecting me. I'll head back inside. I apologise.
Okay.
Goddamn polymorph. What were your plans for the festival tomorrow?
Oh, well, everybody will be there. So everybody in town, all the villagers, all of the city nobles, all of the remaining decent families. There's usually a ceremony. I'm sure that Lydia has been preparing something she usually does. I was just planning on maybe calling attention to the fact the Baron has abandoned the place, that maybe there's time for a new order. I think there's already some disquiet. Maybe just taking over. There may be a small amount of resistance.
You'll have our full support, of course.
From the guards. But, I'm sure we could deal with it. Take out any resistance. Once that falls, take over Vallaki and run it in a much more appropriate, kindly manner.
Fair enough. We're all happy to help.
That would be fabulous. You're welcome to stay here if you'd like, unless
Are we
you
actually
have
happy
rooms.
to help?
I start looking at shooting everyone looks like, are we really doing this?
Yeah.
I want to go to the feast.
We all agreed that the Burgomaster was not a great way to run this place. So
Well, I mean, I
You've
didn't
seen
meet
how
the
unhappy
Burgomaster,
people
so
are.
I can't really give an opinion on
you
that.
met the people in the stocks being held there against their will. People should be able to, choose whether they come to festivals or not.
I feel like Harleen and Vash would share a very concerned glance to each other at this point.
Definitely.
Like, okay, we'll go along with it. Like, something like kind of a look that says, "This is concerning, but we'll go along with it because that seems like the safer option right now."
Okay.
I have
So,
very low wisdom, so I'm probably not going to be the best gauge. I'd probably go to Zephyr.
You're also a
He was
10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
yeah, Zephyr's just like noticeable in his absence. He's
If he was
wandered
here,
off
I'd
somewhere.
do whatever he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we look at what else you've got in the attic up there?
If you wanted to, you're welcome to have a mooch around.
If we're expecting some resistance tomorrow, is there anything you could give us to assist? Should any
Well-
violence break out?
Not really. We don't tend to stock a lot of, weapons and things here. You're welcome to look around. You are my guests.
Thank
and
you.
see what you can find that might be useful. If you want to do so, that's fine. Please don't disturb Stella. She's sleeping.
What are we doing? We're filling the guard, or are we still in the
Taking the town?
taking the town?
It would be a little bit hard to get the mirror right
So
now,
we're helping them.
considering.
Do we know where the what's it from again?
Is it?
Is it? Isaac?
Man, do we know where is staying now that do you think she's still staying in the mayor's house?
That's where he was. So that's where you saw him last. That's where Harleen saw him go back to. So he certainly has lodgings there.
She doesn't know about the dolls, does she?
I think I told her about the dolls this morning.
I'm gonna go up to the attic. Just,
Probably.
Yeah.
Are you guys coming with me? Like, Colleen?
100%.
Yeah. Alright. And
Anyone who
and
seems
is
like
she-
they're
is she
okay with the plan
following
Harleen
us?
is following.
No,
Yeah.
she's like, you go along,
alright,
go along.
When we go aside, I'll tell you guys. Like, by the way, that mirror, super creepy. When I looked at it, I saw what I think might have been Scribe's bedroom.
I mean, it makes sense that a mirror that you can watch someone else's. watch someone else through comes from the family called the Watchers.
Watchers,
So
yeah.
makes a bit of sense.
But they might have something else up here that's to do with Scribe.
I feel like they definitely will. Before we head up,
Hmm.
so with the daughter's situation, we know that she's like, her mind is just broken from all of these spells and the abuse that she went through, right? Like she wasn't
seems
still under the spell, like she wasn't under any spell effects that could have potentially been broken? When
You don't know. You've not seen her.
Well, after we look in the attic, I would like to chat to the mother about the daughter and see if there's any way that I could help.
Okay.
So we'll do the attic first.
Okay, so you're heading up. So there's not so you can head up onto the first floor, and you go up the stairs, and basically there's just lots of rooms off a sort of big central landing. You can sort of go and mooch around if you want to. Do you want a map? They say I don't. You can have a map if you want. There's lots of rooms on the first floor. Off the landing. If you'd like a map, I can provide you with a map, and you can tell me what.
I'm going to stay behind for a
Okay.
second and talk to a lady watcher for a moment more.
Okay, go on.
They're gone. I'm going to say, I don't think we'll be able to get to Isaac today, but is there anyone else we need to get rid of?
I don't think so. I mean, if you get there, fabulous. But if not, we can deal with it all tomorrow at the festival. I guess the challenge really with doing things at the festival is there are going to be a large number of townspeople there. So I have no idea how Isaac will go if provoked in terms of damaging those that we seek to serve.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I would anticipate it being not too straightforward now that you have told me that both the Baron and the Son are no more and they're not going to suddenly appear. It should be pretty straightforward.
Okay. And then I'll head upstairs.
Okay, so as you head upstairs, you can hear sort of quiet meowing coming out of one of the rooms off the landing. If you go up, there's what appears to be what looks like a sort of master bedroom suite. The door to that is closed. You go up to make an investigation check. Then, if you are up in the attic.
17.
Okay.
14.
Okay. So you find a couple of
You're a bit too drunk for that.
so you find a couple of chests up in the attic. There's very little else that's of immediate interest. There's some old furniture, lots of dust, things covered in sheets. Nothing particularly exciting.
The chests.
The chests are locked.
Did you come up to the attic with us, or did you
I
stay
can be up. I can be in the
I
attic.
think everyone's gone up to the attic, haven't they?
I'm just gonna follow everyone. I'm not gonna-
Yeah, Vash, are you up in the attic too?
Yeah, I'm following everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a pick lock.
Yes, please.
So there's 2 chests and lots of old
Now, our
furniture.
gracious host would appreciate us stealing their belongings.
We're not stealing.
Oh, okay.
We're just looking.
That seems reasonable to me. And then Quinny will wander off.
27.
Just
Okay,
looking at a different part of the room.
The lock
You don't leave the room.
No,
pings
I'm just
open.
I'm just not
in
watching the
this
rest of the
chest
chests.
there are 20 gold coins. There are 10 of the large gold coins with the head of Strahd on them that you found before. You got a Strahd gold coin
Okay.
That was
previously.
Not the rich house, was it?
I think it was at the coffin maker shop, I think.
No.
Was the last one you found. They seem much heavier gold. So to your expert sort of the Strahd coins weigh about as much as 50 or 70 of the gold. They're really heavy. There's 10 of those, and there's a pipe, and the pipe is made of bone, and it's like a dragon's claw, and the bowl of the pipe is like a dragon's egg.
Can we tell if it's human bone or
Well, you can roll medicine check, I guess, and see.
How about survival?
That'll do.
that's in that 20?
So it's not human bone. It is bone you don't recognise.
It's a 2 on the dice for a total of 13.
For survival,
Mm.
you would.
Fix that.
It wouldn't necessarily not be dragon. You don't recognise it as any other animal that immediately comes to mind. You certainly don't think it's human.
Yeah.
And it's really quite intricate. It's beautiful clawed, sort of dragon's claw with this sort of looks like a sort of cracked dragon's egg smoking pipe.
Yeah,
Well,
is it,
they're all
can we
marveling
tell?
at like I'm just pocketing the
I was going to say,
Obviously.
Obviously.
5 to 700 gold worth of coins.
Can we tell if it's like magical
I
or if
can.
it is just?
I'll activate my Eldritch Sight to see if there's any magical items in the room.
Yeah, so this does look magical. And it would be probably divination.
Would you mind handing me that pipe? There's something up with that.
I will hand it to Vash.
And I would, while everyone else is searching around the room, spend the time to ritually cast Identify.
Okay. So I'll drop it in the so this is a smoking pipe, and you think that
So cool.
you think that people who smoke from this get that this is designed to give you very induce a sort of dreamlike state and give you very clear visions of something in particular, that it's been enchanted in a way to hold a very specific sort of memory.
Sounds like a queen item.
Oh,
It does, but I don't think that
You can't tell even from identify exactly what it is, but you can tell that the way to find out what that sort of enchanted memory is would be to use it. Okay.
well, this is an interesting little item. If you smoke this, apparently relive a memory of sorts.
Anyone carry tobacco?
Quite interesting.
New green leaf.
Okay. The only other thing in that chest are some deeds and what appears to be a map.
Some, like, knots out of her hair.
Can I have a look at the map and the deeds?
Yep.
Like, what do they
So
do?
the map and the deeds is to some land that is alongside Lake Zarovich, which is to the north. So Lady Watcher appears, or the Watcher family appears to own some land, and and the exact location of that land is marked on this map. Then there's another chest up there as
I
well.
would like to
You go crack the other
try
chest.
the other chest, please.
I'll give it a
Appleby?
Oh, with my Eldritch Sight,
Yep.
it literally detects magic. So if there's anything in the other chest, I'll know.
Okay, there doesn't look to be anything magical in the other chest.
30.
Okay, it opens with no trouble at all. There's
Stupid at this.
86 gold pieces.
Which oh look, 6 gold pieces. Before the dust can settle.
There are
Just split them one.
4 copies. There are 4 copies of a sort of pamphlet book that you recognise because you found a copy at Vasily von Holtz's house called Devil We Know, which
Is that the Strahd propaganda book?
that was the Strahd propaganda book, and there's 4 copies of that.
It's a lot of copies. It's a lot of copies.
there's-
A lot of copies with a lot of coins.
There's a really low level of like propaganda books you can own before you stop being forceful excuses. You know.
Yeah. Or how does Putty react to that? Because you seem to be pretty friendly with these people. Does that worry you?
And
Brilliant.
I lied first. There is one further. Magical item in here. There is a book.
Yeah, Vash will be definitely identifying that.
Okay. So you identify the book as the Book of Vile Darkness.
That Book of Vile Darkness.
Yep, the Book of Vile Darkness, which should be in if you wanted to add it to your inventory or leave it there, whichever you'd prefer.
Just
I will quickly get back to you on that.
Yeah, I feel like that might be something we could use.
Well, you wanted to know if they were magical items.
I did.
Okay. The contents of this foul manuscript of ineffable wickedness are the meat and drink of those in evil's thrall. No mortal was meant to know the secrets it contains. Knowledge so horrid that even to glimpse the scrawled pages invites madness.
Okay, so maybe not.
this is like the Necronomicon, yeah?
Yeah,
This
it's sort of
this
Necronomicon-esque.
There's not many worse books than this. is
Yeah,
my
not many.
understanding.
Why would they have this?
Can Queenie do a history check and see if she knows what this book is?
Yeah, does
Or some
Malachi
sort of
recognise this?
Yeah, you can do religion or history.
Oh, that's a nice number. My modifier is always terrible, but
That is a 19.
same here. 19 on history.
So with 19 on history, 19 on religion, you've both heard of this.
Is a shared look exchange.
Yeah, there's a shared look of what the fox is doing stuck in somebody's attic.
Hey, Vash,
Yeah.
maybe don't touch it.
Is it too late? Has he already touched it?
I'm considering. Give me a second.
Hey, Vash, really, really don't touch it.
At the moment, do you think I'm going to trust your judgment?
Hey, Malachi, should he touch the book?
Don't touch it. It's evil. It's bad. Bad news. No.
Can I
stuff.
take the
Go
vial
away.
of holy water I got just recently and just put a drop of it on the book just to see what happens?
It hisses, and almost you can hear the book emanate this sort of horrid scream, and that sort of small amount of smoke starts to curl off the cover.
See, not good. Not good.
Okay,
It's
I
bad.
feel like the look of this, seeing this book has kind of sobered you up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Like, oh, that should not be here.
Absolutely. So roll wisdom. That's valid.
Alright, I have got
I'm
Oh,
hearing
dear.
more. I'm going.
nothing.
I'm just going to start leaving the house.
So, when I made that wisdom check earlier,
Yes.
less than an hour ago,
Yeah.
would I have known it was a wisdom check? Like, would I have known that something's
No,
testing
you know
my
there's
mind?
something in the same way that Malachi's had this really nasty headache. You can
Yeah.
Let me
feel
ask
something
if,
really.
could I have cast enhanceability wisdom on myself?
No,
Cool.
no. You can put it this way.
Mhm.
You can roll whatever you want. I actually don't mind. You feel.
Wisdom's my best thing by far.
You feel, or roll insight.
Okay. I'm also good at that. 19.
Okay. You're starting to worry
Mm.
because that puncture mark where
The
you
intelligence syringe.
you got injected all those sort of days ago is starting to just get really
What?
itchy, and
When did that happen?
it's not really bothered you at all, but now it's making you uncomfortable. It's almost like it's just crawling around that site at the back of your head.
Wisdom save. Another 16. I have not rolled above an 11
You
on anything important.
Maybe
you-
time on the die.
Doing really well on the other minor checks, but
you feel almost not quite in control of all of your mind, but not in a spell, suggestion, charm, hold person, dominate, like none of those sort of arcane things. Just you don't feel completely 100% in charge of your mind.
bearing that, can I ask Malachi to take a look at the back of my neck?
Yeah, you could.
Malachi, I think there's something terribly wrong with the dark, horrible ritual against human nature we did the other week. Could you take a look?
Sure.
I'll guidance
Malachi, have a
whatever.
look.
I'll guidance whatever check Malachi's
What
about
else?
to do.
What check?
Investigation, probably, or medicine, or religion. I'm easy, whichever.
Add a D4 as well.
Vash doesn't want the book for himself, but he's not sure leaving the book here is a good idea
I
either.
don't think we can leave the book here. No.
That's
No, I
23.
don't think so.
A 23. So you can see the hole where you injected this tiny little punch hole has got these sort of, as you move the hair on the back of Quinny's neck and part it, you can see these small black sort of tendrils coming off that puncture site.
Oh shit! I probably should have made sure that was a bit cleaner.
You didn't sterilise?
I thought I did. I thought
You
it was
don't
already
sterilise.
sterilized. I thought it was
You
pre-sterilized.
don't carry rubbing alcohol?
No.
Is this the first time you've done this?
You
Yeah.
don't have
Oh.
a flame?
It
I
rocked up
would
on
have
the
kind
doorstep
of liked
like
that
the day
information before we did that. Okay, cool.
Maybe we should
Um,
see a doctor.
You're the doctor.
Oh, that's right.
Can you do anything?
Oh, I can try to heal words or something.
I don't think that's going to work.
I'll
I've done
just say a
something.
prayer and see if it works.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Carlina's extremely worried about just everything that is transpiring at the moment.
Also,
I'm gonna do
Vash,
cure
really,
wounds.
really don't touch that book.
I'm gonna do cure
Oh, I can
wounds
do
on-
cure wounds. I thought you could do something better. Can you do like a lesser restoration?
But do we want to leave the book here?
Absolutely.
I might be able to.
Definitely not.
So that's all you find. That's all you find in the library, in the attic. Sorry.
Can I cast
do that.
lesser restoration on myself? I get that through my staff of healing.
Yes, you could try.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do that.
I,
Is anything?
I don't think we should leave this in this person's possession.
I'm not
Roll
touching it.
wisdom with advantage.
Save?
Oh, I can move it without touching.
Come
Oh,
on.
good
Come on.
point. You can
Her,
meditate.
finally, 22.
Okay, you feel this sort of red hot pulse on the back of your neck, and your mind feels clearer.
Mm.
Ish.
You no longer feel compelled. You feel clearer in your own mind.
Quinny pauses and goes, "We're all about to be murdered by Strahd tomorrow." Say that aloud. Oh, thank God. We're all in terrible danger.
I knew it, and Harleen just goes,
I
Yeah, I
knew
thought
you
he
were
was
under
fine.
some kind of control.
And none of you
definitely
are
something
paying close
happening.
enough attention.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Excuse me? We were definitely paying attention. Just weren't very successful on rolls.
So should we just
now that you seem a little clearer, what are we doing with this?
Strahd's coming tomorrow. Strahd
Yeah,
will be in
well, I
town.
figured he probably would.
So we need to not be in town, or we need to stop him from coming to town?
I don't know how.
We can't.
Hold on.
I'd like to go
I highly
downstairs
doubt we have the strength to stop Strahd.
remove certain members of the Watcher family, but that's not a me thing.
Okay. I mean, I'm on board with that because something about this family, something about this house.
It's
just
probably the Book of
something
Vile
just does not-
Darkness.
Yeah, that's a
Feels
bit.
right.
That's a bit bad.
Can
It's-
I roll
pretty bad.
perception to see that nobody's like outside the attic, like kind of?
There doesn't seem to
Sure
be.
that
Yeah,
nobody's
you
kind
don't
of
need to
following
roll
us or
that. You've
anything?
looked. You can't hear anybody. It doesn't. You
Well,
know.
they've got a mirror that looks into Strahd's bedroom, so
Oh, I assume
we
we're
not-
being watched constantly.
they are watchers. That's right. So we get watched.
So what are
Good
we?
stuff.
So,
Fireball the place.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
We could maybe get rid of this person, grab Arena, and then leave.
Well, you've taken Arena with you.
Is Arena in the house with us?
Yeah, you brought her with you.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, of course we do. Arena, I'm guessing you don't want to be around here tomorrow.
So Irina is starting to look really very frightened, and she's like, you did bring me here with the intention of me being safe, yes.
No, I brought you here because I
And-
had to, so.
Okay.
It was a bad idea all round.
Okay. Right.
This person's safe.
Yeah. How much food do we have in the church?
Have you been compelled
Yes.
since like being here?
No, just since
Just
since
since-
yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
just
since
making
the-
sure.
since-
Just making
just
sure you.
Shortly after we killed the bird.
Okay, just making sure you didn't bring us here to die.
So I'm assuming we might be safe in the church, but I may not be able to enter.
Yeah, Vash can't enter. Also, like, we might be safe on the church, but they could just wait us out.
Point.
Um,
Do we warn anyone?
We
I feel like we should at least warn the father.
That could be a really good idea.
At least minimal. Like it's
At
the
least
least
the
we
fresh
can do after traumatizing him the other night. And Harleen just looks at Malachi. The least we can do after the
Are
other
you having
night.
this conversation in the attic, or are you going back
No,
downstairs?
this is while we're still in here.
Okay.
That's why I was making sure that
Before-
nobody was listening.
Okay. All right.
Before we do anything there, we need to immediately work out what are we doing with the book.
I feel like we need to destroy the book.
I don't.
I don't think
With
any
that
of
19 history check, we can't destroy this book, can we? No, cool. We can't destroy this. There's absolutely no way.
Well, then we need to take it with us and protect it and get rid of it another way. But it cannot stay here. It cannot stay somewhere where
I agree with you.
Can Vash look around for something to put the book in
It's in a
so it
chest.
doesn't make contact with his
Yeah,
body?
but we can't carry the chest out of here, can we?
No.
Why not?
Vash wants to look for a bag.
We're about to murder the people downstairs.
Chuck it in a plastic bag.
I want to find a bag so I can telekinetically put it in the
An
bag.
old woolly's
Are there any bags?
I don't think any of you have got any bags unless you've got any kind of just a normal bag. You don't carry any special
I'm
bags.
not after a bag of holding, just a bag to put the book in.
Is there any bags up here in the attic?
Well, there's some sheets and stuff, but there's no random carrier bags.
Is
There's
there-
the chest.
yeah, I was about to
There's the
say,
chest that it came out of.
Are there any? Is there like rope up here, or
No,
like
just
at
tie
least
the
a
sheet
couple of
together
bells?
on like at the end of a stick, like an old school homeless
Or
person.
like, are there
How
any
many
like
people-
leather belts or anything up to you?
Mhm.
How many people did I see downstairs in the house? Lady Watcher, the
So
manservant. Were there many other
yeah,
people around?
so you saw Lady Watcher, you saw the manservant. You know from the last time you were here that there was at least one servant, a female servant, and there was Udo, the guy you rescued from the burgomasters. He was
Cool.
here, and Ernst, the man who works for her, is here. And then you would think that maybe there might be a cook or some other. So maybe a couple. You think Stella's probably here somewhere. You know she's got two sons, Nikolai and Sergei, because you saw them right at the very beginning drinking in the Blue Water Inn.
Yeah.
So you know she's got a couple of sort of heavyweight hunter, wolf hunter sons.
Alright.
But other than that,
Alright.
so you're not sure.
Question: Was Vasilia part of like? Did he mention anything about the revolution or anything like that? Did we get any?
No. He does accounts for Lavinia Watcher. He does accounts for the burgomaster. He knew of the Watcher family. He is the other big rich family.
I think we warn Father Lucian and make sure Father Lucian is going to do something about it. Then we
I
grab
love
Arena
it. What do
and
you
get
think
the
Father
hand.
Lucian's going to do about this? But okay.
Why don't I just give him a heads up? It's the least we can do after traumatizing him.
Right. So what I would like to do is
Okay.
lift is telekinetically, without touching the book,
Yep.
lift the book out,
Yep.
put it on top of one of the sheets, wrap it up in the sheet telekinetically,
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
wrap it up in a second sheet,
Yep.
and then put my pack on the ground, open it, and move the book in telekinetically.
Yep.
I'm not touching it
Yeah.
at all.
Okay, so how are we going to go about killing these people?
Oh,
Wait,
Huh?
how are we going about killing these people?
I was going to turn into the most egregious creature I could think of and run downstairs.
And then fireball the place on the way out?
I mean, we could probably leave it standing.
You want to fireball this place?
It's a nice
What are your
place.
friends?
He's no longer compelled.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
He was under a spell essentially.
Wow,
A spell that not
okay.
spell. That's why he was
do I know who
he's
cast that
told
on me?
us that Strahd is coming now tomorrow.
It
He's
wasn't
told
a
us
spell.
they're now
It wasn't a
danger.
spell.
It wasn't a spell.
That's what I
I
mean. He was
checked on
under
that.
spell.
That's what the identifier was for. It was a spell.
Yep. It wasn't a spell.
He was vampire compelled.
oh okay.
Don't know that.
Well, no, but
I was not.
Queenie
myself.
doesn't know. Queenie
Quinn
lost
doesn't know that.
control of a chunk of her consciousness
Just gonna step out for a minute.
and doesn't know how or why particularly that happened.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
either we're here when Strahd gets here or we're not.
We're not.
All right, that
We're not
seems
ready
like
to face him.
I don't know what's about facing him, but like, I don't know if he doesn't really dislike us enough to murder us if he sees us.
We might be able to save a few lives if we're around.
That's my thought. Yeah.
Help evacuate people to the church.
The other option is we help these people do the overthrow revolution, and when Strahd buggers off, we get rid of them. Get rid of the Watcher family.
That doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
Or we're going to kill their enemies, which is quite possibly innocent.
Because I don't think we...
To help that these evil people get the power, just to kill them.
Are you all right up there?
Not yet.
Quite well, thank you. We're looking through... I look around for something nearby that looks vaguely interesting.
Chairs?
We're looking at your wonderful collection of chairs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Stella's come down. She'd love to see you.
I would like to
see
because she's
She-
sleeping.
she's
When we're sleeping. I feel like second option is better option. We don't want them knowing that we are no longer friendly with them.
Mhm.
So let's play nice.
Cool.
For
Alright,
now.
Kenny starts walking downstairs.
Right.
What's happening with the book?
Vash
Vash
has wrapped it in all the
Finally
sheets.
wrapped it up and put it in my pack
Telekinetic.
telekinetically. I have not touched the book.
It is
I've
wrapped
got
in
no
a few
physical
sheets. We just don't want to leave it here.
Evil Grant could be fun.
I want to get rid of it. I don't want to use it.
Got some good stuff.
Okay. We will wander downstairs.
That's the dark side option if we get that.
Yeah.
Evil
It's
Grant.
our
Or if I
backup
completely lose faith.
Are you gonna do
I
it?
feel like the more fun option
Could
is
it do
keeping
it?
the young cleric and then also having an evil druid.
You think so? If we think about what we know of
Filing
Anyone's
wander
going to
down.
read the book, it'll be Vash.
Of course you will.
So we got 3 people fighting over the book. Wonderful. Harleen will head down.
Okay. As
Well,
you-
Vash will be the least affected. He is actual evil.
As you head down the stairs, you see so back to the ground floor. You see
No, he doesn't.
a really pretty young lady, sort of go back into the den where Fiona was sitting, and see this pretty young girl, sort of.
As we're going down, I
Yeah.
cast Eagle's Splendor on me, so I have advantage on charisma checks in case I need to light these people.
Okay.
Good choice.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. And you see Stella. You see this sort of young girl, almost sort of curled up on the floor, by her mum's feet. And as you walk in, she sort of lifts her head up and goes, meow, meow.
So she is definitely broken. Not just on her spell.
And Fiona looks at you, and she looks really sad, really deeply sad, and she's like, and this is why the Vallaki family cannot be left in charge of this city.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Out of curiosity, is she speaking actual cat, or is she just making cat sounds?
She's making cat sounds.
Cool.
Is there anything I can roll to see if I would be able to help her in any way?
You could roll medicine.
I doubt it'll do anything. I'm going to do lesser restoration with my staff, since I've got 8 more charges and it only takes 2 of them,
Okay.
just to see if that helps at all. I'll probably ask Lady Watcher first. So I have some ability to heal if you would like me to try.
Please.
It will help the staff out.
And nothing happens, but Stella just looks at you, and a tear rolls down her cheek, and she looks sad.
Terribly so.
I rolled an
Yeah.
18.
On medicine. You think that she's deeply sort of psychologically damaged. You think that potentially something like Greater Restoration cast over a period of time might be beneficial.
It's a lot of work.
but it's not a one-off.
It's a lot of work to kill a girl who's
It's not a one-off kind of thing. It would take more than one.
We could you could launch a little tent, fill it in
Let's file that under maybe. It's not under alcohol. Do we need to?
I don't know. I'm not even on board with the whole kill the family.
I was going to say, like, I know they're working for Strahd, but we probably don't have this. We don't have this conversation here.
not right.
Okay.
I
She was like,
keep our powders dry.
Lady Watcher, until the festival, is there anything that you need from us?
no, I'm going to spend the evening. I may come down to the feast of St Andrew, but generally, I think I'm going to spend a quiet evening with Stella.
Fair
We
enough.
found some pretty cool dragonfly packet.
In the attic.
Yeah.
Yes, if you
That's my fault.
really want, that's fine. Pardon? Okay.
Should we meet you at the festival tomorrow?
Yes, that would be fine. Maybe 10 in the morning at the square. That would be most pleasant. You would know, just out of interest, that Father Lucian should technically, because he cast Hallow.
Yeah.
To re-hallow the church. So theoretically, Father Lucian should be able to cast Greater Restoration. If he can cast Hallow, they're the same. Just as you would know
Why are
that.
we more powerful than those
Something we
students'
can talk to him
clericals?
about.
So Father Lucian cast Hallow because you helped it with the re-hallowing of the church, and he gave you the big diamond in order to be able to cast Revivify, which he also could have done.
That's fifth for Revivify.
Yeah, and Greater Restoration is fifth.
Certainly fifth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, isn't it?
So you would know that given the other things that Father Lucian has been able to do, he should be able to cast Greater Restoration.
That is an option we can discuss later.
Okay.
Let's go to the church and feast.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, thank you, Lady Watcher. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks for the brandy
Okay. Look forward to it.
and the fight.
She doesn't seem to be suspicious or
As I say,
wary.
can I insight check to see
You
if my
can
cover's
insight.
Oh, that's a 9. So,
Can I also?
16.
You don't feel that your cover is blown. Either she knows and she doesn't care, or she doesn't know.
Deeply concerning if it's the first one. Mind you,
No.
there's not much we can do about Strahd.
Okay.
So you head down to the church. So
do we
the
head to the church, or are we going to work out a plan of what to do?
Well,
Or is
you
it
could
the
do.
feast
You
happening?
could. Well, the feast's sort of happening this afternoon, going into the evening.
We
If you want to
definitely
head
want
there,
to
you can talk on the
Cool,
way.
we can just do that.
Yeah, you can talk on the way. You
Um,
could talk outside the church.
We could.
They
The
don't know where
problem,
to go.
that's what I mean. Like, if Strahd gets here and everyone's hiding in the church, one, we don't actually know if it'll keep him out, and two, he could just wait for them all to have to leave. Like,
Yeah.
a town of people. Will the town even fit in the church? No.
There's probably about 400 or 500 people in Vallaki. It's
And
you know
won't fit in
it's
the church like half of that.
less than that. So probably 100, 150 maybe.
Nice.
Do,
Yeah.
do we want Vasily?
I don't think that matters so much. I think we tell everyone if we're going to start telling people. I think there's much need to keep a secret unless we're planning something clever.
How do you know for sure that Strahd's coming?
They told me.
Oh, they told you.
Yeah, they said Strahd's going to come tomorrow during the festival and help us take over.
Help them take
So
her
why-
over.
why-
Because Strahd is not coming to take her over. He's just helping these guys.
And as I understand
That's what
what
she
they
said.
told me,
That's what she said.
cool. They could have been lying to me though. I wasn't really much interested in finding the truth. I was just kind of doing what they said.
But we definitely need to want Father Lucian.
Festival is the time that makes sense that Strahd would strike.
So what she said to you was that the time is coming for revolution, that that Strahd is going to help her take back what is rightfully hers, control of the city, from the Vallaki family.
Okay. Right, to the church then.
Cool. We'll go to the church and.
Okay.
Bash will stay a healthy distance away from the church when they go there.
Okay.
He'll stay outside.
Okay.
He'll
That's
stand watch.
That's fine. So Father Lucian knows that that you are unable to enter his church, and brings you out a really nice sort of plate of food in a sort of almost apologetic manner.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, the nature of my birth is out of my control.
Absolutely. I am not sorry for the power of St. Andrew, as you will understand, but I understand.
I'm glad there also.
I understand that there are more things than that maketh a man. And he gives you some food.
That's nice of him. I like that. Hey, Father Lucian, can we talk to you in private, fairly urgently?
It is yes. It is It is the busiest, obviously, night of the year for the church here.
This is going to look very quiet compared to what's happening tomorrow.
Yes, it's
Okay.
extremely
Okay, and he takes you in, and the whole of the inside of the church is being decked out. There's just candles everywhere. The whole of the inside of the church is just filled with light. It's still got that very subtle sort of outward glow of the hallow, but it's also beautifully lit with all of these candles. It's actually really quite nice and lovely in there. He takes you into his office.
I will stand at the door, kind of keeping an eye, making sure everybody else listens in for now.
Okay.
Strahd is coming tomorrow. The Watchers are trying to overthrow the Vallakoviches. Blah blah blah. I will relay everything.
Just jump straight into it. No, we have learned some very interesting information. No, just straight into Strahd's.
That's the important bit.
Strahd has not been in Vallaki for nearly 200-300 years.
Yes.
Why would he be coming tomorrow?
The Watchers are working for or with Strahd with the promise of being left in charge after the dust settles. They're trying to throw a revolution. That's why they want us to get rid of the Burgomaster.
They want to take revenge on the Burgomaster's family.
Well, it would appear that has already happened, hasn't it? The Burgomaster appears to have gone, and we'll know what happened to his son.
They want to depose your sister. I would imagine they want her dead, and they want to take over the town.
Well, if that were to happen peacefully, why would Strahd get involved?
I don't.
It was because it's not going to happen peacefully.
That too.
Not with Isaac is it by her side.
What do you want me to do? I cannot fit the whole town into...
What do you think we should do?
Well, if the festivals are run like the festivals usually are, then the guards will go door to door, house to house, ensuring that everybody is in the town square. Nobody's allowed to miss a festival. I would guess that tomorrow's festival will be doubly enforced with the uncertainty around the Baron.
Are you required to have children at this festival?
Children go to all the
we don't have
festivals.
children, but I think.
We have one child.
Oh yeah.
It will be
sorry.
at the festival.
You're very tall.
So
Kid.
the vast majority of...
No, I mean like Seder kids are really short, so you look like an adult. They've got away from me.
So the guards usually go door to door or house to house, making sure that everybody's in the town square participating. That's the way these things are usually run. I would anticipate that is how things will run tomorrow.
You know your sister. If we went to her and told her this, do you think she would... What do you think would happen?
I think the state of mind that my sister is currently in, she would probably have you arrested.
Okay.
Definitely.
The Watcher family, not so much, or
There has been tension between the two houses for a very long time. I don't think that she would try and rain down anything on the Watcher family at this present time. It's unsettled enough in Vallaki.
it's going to be a lot more unsettled tomorrow. I'm going to turn to Vash and try to quietly ask Vash.
So Vash's outside.
Oh,
the
Vash is
church.
outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Harleen, did we tell him about the book?
Harley kind of looks at Malachi like, is he really trustworthy?
There's probably not.
What did we just?
I feel like no.
I'm up for that at this point.
Up for what?
If you want to move this conversation out to
Yeah.
to where Vash
We
is
will let you
eating.
get back to your preparations, Father. Thank you. For your
Okay,
time.
if
We just felt like you needed.
I will be at the festival, because the guards will come and demand that I go and close the church up behind me. That is standard on festival days.
I'd leave
I
the
will-
door unlocked so you can get in quickly.
I will be at the festival, and I will try to make ready protective
Just be on guard.
and healing energy.
Let's go have a chat with Vash.
Right, let's go back to the tavern.
I think.
Or not.
Tavern, if we just.
Like to one of our bedrooms more so that we can chat privately.
I think that's for better. I think that's what we're going to need to do. I
Do
think.
what?
Okay.
Get rid of his.
Just.
But does that not just make it easier for what they're trying to
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Common place, right?
do? We could cut and run. I don't love that, but
I still want to know why he was so obsessed with me, but
I mean, great time for him to tell you would be at the end of the knife.
It's true.
that's very true. So then, but how would we get?
Why is that obsessed with this?
How would we get?
If I've seen the Burgomaster's house a couple of times and the guards and stuff. I just want to know the remote possibilities. If I wild shape into a rhino out of sight and just bolt for the wall of the Burgomaster's house, like
A rhino.
a rhinoceros, which is one of my wild shapes I can do. Like, would I get through the wall? Like,
Eventually, probably.
I'm
It's a
struggling to see
big
how a bunch of
stone.
guards would stop a
Oh,
giant
the
rhino.
guards probably wouldn't stop a rhino.
Yeah.
It's a big stone building,
Hmm.
so you could probably get through the guards.
Mm.
You might be able to get into the building.
Mhm.
You couldn't then probably move around very much
No,
within the
Where
building.
is Epps' room in the Burgomaster's house?
You would know
Second
that on the
floor,
on
it's
the
not-
yeah
it's not
on the
near any
first
windows,
floor, at the back.
Wild shaping into like a fly or something. Trying to see if he's
Look,
there.
I could sneak into the place and try to get rid of them myself, which is what I was going to do while I was working for them. But I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah, but if you wild, I mean, we don't know for sure if he is in there.
Yeah.
You wild shape into
Well, I
a
mean, we
moth or
saw him
something.
through there.
See if he's actually there, and then if he is, I don't know, come to a window and do the signal,
Yeah.
secret hand signal.
I mean, even then, how do you all get inside?
Well, I could
I
think.
mean, we don't all need to get inside.
Could, like, with the amount of guards,
Or you
would
could-
it
you
be
could go-
possible to sneak in? Or is it just that there's going to be someone in every single hallway and it just couldn't be done?
I think you are not going to be able to get in, kill Izek, and get out.
Cool.
I feel like
There's
we need
too
to
many
lure him
people
out.
in that house.
That would be a good plan.
We need to lure
Alternatively,
him out.
There at
guards.
the moment that house is swarming.
Wait, when did he say to Blinsky that his commission needed to be ready?
He was going to come back first thing tomorrow morning.
Vash, can you
We
make
ambush
yourself
him
look
now?
like someone else?
No, I don't have that ability.
That would be neat. I mean, we could just kidnap Blinsky.
We could ambush. Like we could We could try
I would never hurt Blinsky.
we could try and ambush him in
Or-
Blinsky's shop
Or
That could work.
because he's
Or-
picking up first thing in the morning.
Blinsky could say we could make Blinsky say to Isaac, I make you a life-size doll. Here you go, and it's actually just you playing Frozen.
Yeah,
And
nothing
as
could
soon
go
as he
wrong.
gets
No.
too close, he's just like,
Definitely not.
That feels like
No,
a good
but
plan. Ambushing could work.
ambushing him in Blinsky's shop first thing in the morning.
I don't know if that'll be soon enough to stop the festival, though. If he disappears
It's
the
not
morning
going to
of...
stop.
I don't think if we did
It's not
it
going to
now,
stop the
it's
festival
not
regardless.
You don't think if we got rid of him tonight,
No,
the town guard would...
Baroness would still go on about it.
Who would still come into town?
Baroness would still make the fucking festival happen.
Then
She's-
killing Isaac will
she's
just mean there
still
would
the
be
one-
fighting for what
She
to
is
take
still
it.
the one that will instruct the guards that the festival has to go ahead. So either we kill both of them tonight, or we
Sounds difficult.
or exactly, especially with the amount of guards at that house. There is no way that we can get in and kill both of them tonight. So I think our best option is ambush him in Blinsky's shop first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Or actually,
There is also the point that this is what those people want, because taking him out will make it easier for Strahd.
Well,
Perhaps we
Yeah,
keep him
but
alive
that's-
and let Strahd keep with him.
Yeah.
it's the lesser of two evils. I think we can deal with the Watchers once they're in power.
I think the fact of the matter is, if Strahd wants them to be in charge,
They're going to be in charge regardless.
You know,
So it's
if
either
we can do it
kill
with
all of
Strahd
them
coming tomorrow.
tonight, which is impossible, or
Ingratiate ourselves into
Can
Strahd's
we-
good books.
What do you
is there a way?
What do you think Strahd would do if... Sorry, you dropped you go.
Is there a way we could potentially influence Blinsky to send word that the
Yeah,
doll is ready tonight
Yeah, I'm sure. we
for
could.
him to come and collect it tonight?
What
So
I was
he's
gonna
at the shop
say-
tonight.
What do you think would happen if Strahd shows up tomorrow and the Watchers are gone? Because their house is not heavily guarded.
Well, you're the one that will know them better right now.
I was told 2 sentences about what Strahd wanted. Did I have any idea what Strahd's getting out of all this? Cool.
No, it was very much from the point of view of Lavinia Watcher, Fiona Watcher taking back what she feels is owed to her family.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know
And
if I need to
that's
do a
it.
check for this at all.
Yeah.
The Book of Vile Darkness.
Yeah.
Is that something Strahd's likely to want?
Would we be able to tell that information potentially from
'Cause,
the
like, I know it-
diary book that we have?
Like, I know it's a significant evil thing, and I know Strahd
yeah.
is evil and presumably
Um,
wants powerful stuff. Like,
Roll. Yeah, it's not really history. Roll.
Insight?
Yeah, probably.
can I guide
Was there
myself?
Yes, you can guide yourself. You
Was
can
there
think about it
potentially
really
anything
hard.
in the book that we stole about it? About Strahd wanting
In
the
in
one that
the
we stole from
okay. Sorry, go on.
23.
You get the feeling that this thing's powerful enough that if Strahd wanted it, he would just take it.
Okay.
Is there something to say?
So probably not.
Yeah, so that's probably not part of it.
Yeah, well, I was going to.
The book that. So have you read the book that you took?
I feel like I would have started reading through the book when we had the rest and such.
It reads. It's handwritten, and it reads like a diary. So this book that you appear to have appears to be a first-person diary
From
of Strahd von
himself.
Zarovich.
Ooh.
Can I flip through and skim to try and find him talking about the Watcher family? To see if
yeah.
he has written anything about his plans with them
Yep.
in this diary?
Yep.
Would that be investigation
Yep.
or perception?
No, it'd be investigation. Yeah.
That's a 16.
There's nothing specific about the Watcher family in that text.
Prepare as many protection
Okay.
and healing spells as possible, and try to save as many lives as possible, and try to stay out of
But that book. What was
16.
What strikes you is why would that book?
Yeah.
This looks like Strahd's diary. So the only place that you would think it would be logical for that book to be would be somewhere in Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah, let's go.
And what about this ring that we've got as well?
So the ring is a straightforward ring of protection.
Yeah, did anyone want that in particular?
I've got hold of it at the moment.
Yeah.
What's everyone's AC?
Give it up.
I'm at 17.
Vash, what's your AC?
Without it, 13.
And you're fairly frontline with your form of dredge. You need to be
I'm
close.
going to be a target occasionally. Because
Yeah.
I feel like Bash should have it.
You keep the ring.
Yeah.
I think.
Bash wears the
Okay.
ring.
As much as
Especially
for
while
my
he's-
wild
he's
shapes.
Especially because you have a bit of a history with Strahd.
Okay. So the only thing that you would have really, I mean, the book is the book that you got is the book, but the thing that's really striking is that this is a handwritten, what appears to be first person diary, and you can't. Yeah,
This is the one we stole
that's the one
from
you
Bash.
stole. That was the book that Herod told you to find, and it appears to be yes.
Yeah,
So it appears to be a first person diary and a ring.
So, Vash's mind's ticking over, and it's either Vasily works for Strahd or Vasily somehow is Strahd.
Oh, he was sorry.
What was that? Sorry, Bash?
Vash's theory is that it's either Vasily works for Strahd or he somehow is Strahd.
Yeah.
Vasily
I don't know. There's something. There is something about Vasily that
He was a little too keen to meet Vash.
he was.
He knew your parents, though, didn't he?
Hey?
Vasily knew your parents, didn't he?
Apparently. But it's not like Strahd couldn't disguise himself.
Yeah.
How old are your parents?
Oh, geez, if I'm 100 and something, they've got to be 2 or 3 centuries. At least.
I don't think they're that old. Let me see. Hold on. They are.
My father
I
would be.
I will.
Mother, not so much.
I will tell you how old they are because I happen to know this.
I would expect my father's a couple of centuries old. My mother, maybe not so much.
Who draws me since the straight round or have become introduced to character that are the right age or not?
Let me see. So you were born in 628, which is just before Zephyr. Interestingly, your dad is actually slightly younger, but your dad was born in 462. Your mum was born in 461. So that's...
So they're about 3.5 centuries old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Just, yeah.
Do we kill the Watchers tonight? Yeah.
And Vasily didn't know my parents personally.
Okay.
You definitely get the guy.
Yeah, he also talked about your maternal grandmother, the one who gave you the lute, if you remember. Said she was an excellent Cittern player.
We get Blinsky to get
Renowned for her
Blinsky
skills.
ready tonight for him to pick up from his truck tonight.
Yeah, Vash is becoming instantly more and more
Well,
suspicious
everyone else is
the more it goes
I
on.
think the risk of involving Blinsky isn't worth the potential of things going wrong with doing that tonight. Like, Blinsky could tip him off, he could just not show up, he might think something weird's happening. It might be safer to wait, get him in the morning, and then there'll still be a coup, but
It doesn't
won't be
necessarily
messy.
need to be Blinsky. Was there, when we were in the
Yep.
shop, Was there anything that had Blinsky's handwriting on it? Like all of his.
Well, there are tags on things,
Yeah.
and sorts of receipts and things on the counter. So there would be things with Blinsky's handwriting on in the shop.
Could we make a forged note?
I don't think we have anything, do we?
You don't have anything from Blinsky's shop.
What's
Just-
the rush?
Oh, you guys just seemed like you wanted to kill someone tonight.
I think the thing I've realised
And
is
I
that we're
feel
probably
like
not going to
in-
be able to stop Strahd getting here tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not
doing
going to
what
be
he's
able to
doing.
stop Strahd tomorrow.
So the only thing worth doing is trying to minimise the harm, which is probably means making the coup less bloody and violent, which probably means getting rid of Izzet so the guard doesn't have someone to rally
Yeah.
around.
Which
Yeah.
is why
So
I'm
we should
trying to
try to
think if we get him tonight to go to Blinsky's shop
Yeah, right.
at night to pick up this doll instead of waiting till the morning where people are starting to wake
Why don't we just
up.
go to where he sleeps?
Because there's
Because it's in the fucking Baron's house that's surrounded by all the town guard.
Because you can't get in. We've
Because we've already
because
killed the
It's what we're
Baron.
trying to avoid right now.
they can't get in.
We can't get in.
I mean,
So we're
like,
trying to
I'm
lure
fairly
him to
sure I could
Blinsky's
sneak
shop.
in.
Which
Okay,
is,
what's your plan? What's your plan?
do we try and lure him to the shop tonight?
Let's do it tonight.
Okay,
So you're going to Blinsky's.
We're going to
we're in
Blinsky's.
Blinsky's.
Poor Blinsky. Okay, right, we're going to Blinsky's.
Bard, can you get people to do what you want?
I
Magically?
don't think I have quite that much influence on people.
We just need him to write the note. We don't need him to send the note. We don't need him to. We just need him to write the note to lure him in. You reckon you can get that done, or do we need to go the intimidation route?
I think you'll. I could make a suggestion, but I don't know if that'll be strong enough to convince them to do something
Okay,
like that.
let's try suggestion, and if that fails, then we go intimidation.
We can also just ask. Like, he might just be willing to.
You just ask nicely and see how that goes.
Is this still debating Blinsky?
No,
We're gonna
we
go
are
to
doing
Blinsky.
Blinsky.
They're taking out Blinsky. This is what. Well,
We're
are we
not
taking?
We're not taking
From,
Blinsky
from
yet.
a practical perspective, are we
No
doing it?
killing.
Are we doing it?
We're not doing it tonight. No.
I
No,
don't
it's
imagine.
10.
Probably not. No.
Not literally.
But we've made the
You
decision.
can. Yeah. You can go.
That is what we're doing.
Okay.
Next session
All right.
is we are luring Izzet to Blinsky's shop because he was very angry that the doll wasn't ready
We could
yet.
pay him.
Yeah, like
With all the
bribing
money
is a
he
really
stole
good idea.
Yeah.
Let's bribe him.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
can
He
really
got
bribe
like
him.
over $100 worth.
Kylie
He got over
Kylie
5
would actually probably come
From
out
just
of her
the-
disguise
just
to
the
do
Yeah, from
this
just the
Yeah.
Strahd place.
Okay.
and appear as
So we could give
Harley
him like 50 gold. That'll
to
cover
give
his
that
shop.
little
Do you want
bit
to do
extra
that?
in-
Do you want to
Then
do
you'll
that?
less will be from
Do you want to
Reckon
try and set that up
Yes.
and then finish?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Go on then. So you're heading to
We're heading
Blinsky's.
to Blinsky's
All
as
right.
we're heading to Blinsky's.
Who's taking point in this conversation?
they
Eagle
will still
Splendor.
do
You have advantage on charisma checks for next hour.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop a 3rd level spell and give that to you and to Vash.
Cool.
So Vash, you've got advantage on charisma checks.
Oh, awesome. I've got really good charisma, so this will be good.
What's your charisma?
In Blinsky's shop.
20.
Okay. I've got a 14.
Okay.
You can pick these over there.
So
I'm the bard, I have to be charismatic.
so so the door is actually still unlocked. Blinsky hasn't locked his shop up yet. So if you want to go in, you can just go in to Blinsky's shop.
We would like to go into
There you go.
Blinsky's shop.
Is there
And
anyone
I
else?
am now.
No, there's
as-
Blinsky behind the counter.
I am now no longer
No one
in
else.
disguise either.
Okay. So Blinsky turns round and goes, "Oh, it is you lovely lady, and your little boy. He is here too." And he looks at you, and his face drops and goes, "Oh, you are so pretty. What does the little boy want?"
Harleen just kind of smiles at him.
"Oh,
I don't think
it's no
the
funny,
boy-
no, Blinsky. He likes toys."
He does like toys.
And you can see him sort of standing behind the counter and just sort of moving round the counter. It's like
There's no
he's-
point in hiding
what's
it,
really cool?
Blinsky.
What are you talking about? I'm not hiding anything. I got a big belly.
We're only interested in one toy tonight, Winsky. And I think you know exactly which toy that is.
Oh, you cannot have that toy.
We do not want
It
that
is
toy.
so beautiful. You
We do
cannot have it.
We do not want that toy.
It is not worth my while to give you that toy.
That doesn't mean we do not want the toy itself.
He will break my shop.
We want you to tell him the toy is ready.
The toy is not ready.
I do not care.
We would like you to lie.
I do. Yeah. At this
You-
point, I would go.
He looks horrified. You want me to lie to Izek Strasny?
Do not worry. We will.
He
protect
will
you.
break.
No, do not
He
worry.
will.
This guy, he will be our problem.
He will break my shop.
We won't
I am
be.
sure that once he sees me,
This doll is worth 100 gold pieces, and he
We
will
are
break
well
my
aware.
shop.
he will not break your shop while we are
2
here.
or 3, do you think?
What is so even though we don't
We will protect your shop.
Yeah, how much
We,
gold do you
we do not want your shop to be destroyed. But we
It
need
is
to
beautiful, my
speak-
shop.
It is very beautiful, your shop. But we
If-
need to
if-
speak to Isaac. Is it?
Roll persuasion.
And that's a
And if
darn-
That's
anybody
an
is-
advantage, and you can add a D4 for
If you add
guidance.
more, we'll see if we can get this.
You can also pay him a lot of gold, Harley.
I'm doing persuasion just now.
Going
Try
for-
to use her pretty face skills first. Are you still in disguise?
No.
No.
18.
Okay.
No, I've come out of disguise.
Because that would have been so confusing.
He has threatened Blinsky that if I don't make these dolls for him, he will burn down my shop.
Do you know why he wants these toys?
I don't know. He is very insistent.
He just
Um,
wants it.
Go down to the shop and be dead.
Is Malachi
I know-
actually
I-
saying that?
And
Yeah.
Blinsky sort of stops and goes, that is true. That is true. Not here, not in my shop.
No.
Look, your shop will be safe.
Outside.
We just need him to come here away from the rest of the town. We need him alone. I have some questions for him.
He pulls out a stone from under the counter.
Oh dear.
A walkie-talkie stone from the movie.
A walkie-talkie stone from the movie. And goes, what do you want me to tell Isaac?
That his doll is ready for collection.
Not in my shop.
Not in your shop.
And he touches the stone and he goes, hello, Blinsky. No fun, no Blinsky. Your doll is ready
I'd like to give you
early. It's ready early. You can come now. Early. And you hear coming back. On my way. And that's it. And he goes, not in my shop. And he's
Not in
like
your shop.
shuttering you out the doors and slams the door shut behind you.
guidance.
Turns all the lights out and pulls the blinds in. Yeah.
That is what next time is for.
Oh, I wish I'd prepped Snare. It's such a good ambush
Just-
spell.
We just know he is coming.
He's
That is
coming.
all we need to know. Right.
Okay?
I do have-
Fantastic.
All right.
Is that?
Now we have to wait a fortnight for this. We have plenty of time to.
To work out what
To
you're going to
plan.
do. You work out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I'll give you I'll let you see what the square looks like, give or take, on festival day. Just so you know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So many dead bodies.
Okay. So all the green because I've coloured them just like handily, so you can see
That's genius.
what.
Colouring the
Color
stuff
coordinating.
like that. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Okay,
Green ones are the guards.
all green ones are guards.
Did you get it in Foundry?
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Killbox.
I gotta remember.
All the green ones are guards.
Current of
Anybody white? So all of you guys are currently over here with Fiona Wachter and her 2 boys, and then there's a large collection of assorted village people. The entire Martikov family, including their children,
Oh no.
and Muriel, the were-raven. She's over there, the whole Martikov family,
What
including their
about,
boys. Reek's here, the children from the orphanage are here.
What about
Oh no.
There's the
one
nice,
we're supposed to be keeping safe?
there's the nice old lady that you know, was on her knees creaking. You've got an extra, you've trebled her hit points the last time you went to the church. She's
She might have a
there.
chance now.
You know. So there's one or
I'll
two.
go give another motivational speech before Stride walks up. So everyone's
There you go. So yeah, no, I just I retinted all the tokens.
Good idea.
There you go, so you can see who's who.
Alright, now we've got to wait till next fortnight.
All right.
Thanks for joining, Ryan.